Oh, I was wondering earlier why the press conference never started. I forgot about the time zone. I was an hour ahead. That's why. So this is DHS, Greg Bovino getting ready to give a press conference. I think they're in Minneapolis. He was yesterday. So welcome back in. This is the press conference that we were going to cover earlier. Greg Bovino set to speak. Press conference set for the top of the hour. So you know he's probably going to say some bullshit. Big Ben, welcome in. Yeah, internet started flickering in and out. Remember, we're still ice storms and everything. Hey, Jim, welcome in, friend. We're waiting on Greg Bovino to come back out. He will be giving a press conference at the top of the hour. Maybe try to find us a live shot of what's going on in Minneapolis. As I understand it, the protests continue to grow. No one was fighting police. I mean, Nick, my friend, we've all seen the video. He was trying to help a woman up. Did you not see the ICE agent push a woman down? And then a nurse went to help her up. And he got shot in the back for it, execution style, by the government. If you are defending that, you're just a gigantic piece of shit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You would have been goose stepping with the Nazis. You throwing people from fucking helicopters and shit. You're just not a good person. The fucking Nazis are gonna fuck around and find out. What are you guys gonna do when you're on trial at The Hague? Virginia Giuffre did not say that. Virginia Giuffre said she did not see Trump do anything untoward. Multiple other witnesses said it. So I'm sorry, you're just you're doing what's called a cherry picking. Yeah, ICE is in the fuck around phase. They getting ready to get put on trial. And what happens when all these illiterate dumb fucks get put on trial? You people keep saying that. You guys are the ones that are going to find out. Big Ben, thank you for the resub. Just wild to me, the amount of bootlickers out here. I don't know about you guys, but I believe in freedom. I believe this country was founded on fighting for your freedom. You're the one that's cherry picking since you fucking backed out of your lie because you didn't like what another call or said, even though you're asking people to fucking call in. I didn't back out of my live. My internet went out. So, sorry about that. I have Spectrum. So I'd actually intended to just go ahead and get off stream. It's like yesterday when the dude accused me of running away. I had just been on stream 7 hours and my internet went out. Carnage, welcome in. Okay, you say you're seeing violent protesters. What violent protesters have been put on trial? Just like you told us that Trump wasn't going to become president, or Trump wasn't going to do this, and Trump wasn't going to do that, and look where we're at. The one president has done more than. I have no idea what you're talking about. When did I say I told you Trump wasn't going to become president? I didn't figure he'd win this past time, but I was definitely wrong about that. It's just the wild imagination that what wild imagination that I have? It's you're the one with the wild imagination just making up what you think I believe. It's insane. And that's all right wingers ever do. Shelly, welcome in. Trump is pro-America, libtards are anti-America. Trump is not pro-America. He actually attacked this country on January 6th. So not only is he not pro-America, he is a traitor to this country. Of the highest order. Pardoned people convicted of seditious conspiracy against this country. That's what Trump did. If that's not giving aid and comfort to the enemy, I don't know what is. And you guys cheer that on and tell me he's pro-American. Seriously, just like he's anti-war too, right? He's the pro-peace president. Hilarious. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh. Do Americans not realize that they are the laughingstock of the world? We do. Like, intelligent Americans do. Don't resist arrest while openly armed. Pretty simple, actually. How was he resisting arrest? Like, I don't understand how you can say he was resisting arrest when, like, agents just descended on him within seconds. Within seconds. I saw ICE in my city last week. They had a street blockade. Guess what happened? I didn't get killed. Well, I mean, you're lucky. Go up and film them as you are legally allowed to do. We've apparently got Tim Walls over here.
Other updates for you immediately after.
Good afternoon. Today I'm joined by Attorney General Ellison, Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson, Minnesota Department of Corrections Commissioner Paul Snell, Thanks everybody for joining us again. We're now about 24 hours from the killing of Alex. And during that time,
Looks like Bovino is walking out
everything that's
now.
happened, I hope everyone's taking away a picture of a life of generosity, service-oriented, and his life's coming into clear focus. I had the privilege of talking with Michael and Susan, Alex's parents, yesterday, and the heartache in the hours after your son's murdered in front of the world is one thing, but what stood out to me was a parent's desire and their passion to make sure that the story of Alex was told. Someone who went to work to care for veterans, someone who was a valued coworker, someone who relished and lived in this state in a big way, whether it was outdoor activities or being down there on the street as a First Amendment witness to once again to Michael and Susan. When I talk to these parents, it's always in deep confidential conversation. In this one, though, Michael was very...
I'd like to take a few moments here before we take questions and before we hear from my colleague, Mr. Marcos Charles, to talk about a subject that I think is very important given the events over the past couple of days. And that topic is the topic of choices. Choices. Now, choosing or making a choice is one of the only true freedoms that any of us really have, is to make a choice. Whether that's the choice to be here today as the media, the choice to go to school, join the military, join law enforcement. Making a choice is a freedom that resides within us. Now, good choices are important in life, as we all know. And many...
What a piece of shit. I cannot wait to see him on trial at The Hague.
The choice to, say, cross the border illegally, that is a choice that someone makes. To cross the border illegally, that's a choice. The choice not to utilize the CBP Home app, that's a choice. Not standing in line and doing it the right way, that is a choice. And there are always actions that result from our choices. When you choose to use your 5-year-old child as a shield to evade law enforcement, that is a choice that someone makes. And there are actions and consequences that result from that choice.
Dude, learn from Israel.
Or when you're a politician or a community leader, you make a lot of choices there. Some very important, wide-ranging, and in-depth choices. When, as a politician, if you choose collusion and corruption as a choice, then there are consequences and actions that take place because of that. That's one reason the U.S. Border Patrol and ICE are here in Minneapolis by the thousands, is because of those choices. When politicians, community leaders, and some journalists engage in that heated rhetoric we keep talking about, when they make the choice to vilify law enforcement, calling law enforcement names like Gestapo, or using the term kidnapping, that is a choice that is made. There are actions and consequences.
You made a choice to act like the Gestapo and kidnap people.
And then when you choose, when someone chooses to listen to a politician, a so-called journalist, a community leader that spouted that type of vilification towards law enforcement or anything else, when you choose
Vilification.
that is a choice, and there are consequences and actions there also. I think we saw that yesterday. And those actions and choices can obviously have tragic consequences. Bad outcomes. Outcomes that law enforcement never wants to see. Law enforcement never wants to see a bad consequence due to
bullshit.
a poor choice.
That dude had a hard on after he murdered Renee Good.
These choices have reverberations throughout society. Let's take a look at, go ahead and put that on the screen, please. Yesterday, Border Patrol agents were engaged in a targeted law enforcement effort to apprehend this individual here, Mr. Jose Huerta Chuma. Look at his criminal record: domestic assault,
Chuma.
intentional infliction of bodily harm, disorderly.
Was he also in the prison?
Other records there as well. This individual remains at large today. This individual is still roaming the streets today. This is the individual on that targeted law enforcement efforts that Border Patrol agents were engaged in yesterday when they were disrupted, assaulted, and prevented from conducting that Title VIII mission by individuals intent on making the choice to riot, to create anarchy, and to be a violent mob. This individual walks the streets today because of those choices made by politicians and those, perhaps weaker-minded constituents, that chose to follow.
Keith Ellison is speaking. We're going to go to the inset audio.
Of the United States. There have been times in American history where they've deported a lot of people, but a concentrated deployment of ICE agents in one state in one period of time is unprecedented. And therefore, there's no playbook. And therefore, nobody knows exactly how to deal with this situation, but it is unique and particularly puzzling, given that Minnesota does not have the highest immigration in the United States, given that Minnesota has a very, very professional community of law enforcement professionals who are taking care of the safety of our state, given the fact that the Department of Corrections, pursuant to state law, hands over people who ICE is looking for and they have proper paperwork for. Given all of that, this is a very curious situation and would reasonably lead someone to ask why. So let me talk about Alex Preddy. Alex Preddy was a nurse at the VA. I happen to have a son who's 31 years old, who spent 5 years in the United States military as a combat medic. But toward the end of his deployment and the end of his service, he wanted to go
Bovine growth hormone. I like that.
Getting an RN degree and works in the healthcare system here in Minnesota. And when he was at work today and last night, he said, look, my colleagues were crying.
Forrest Miller, the alleged victim, was armed legally, never drew his weapon.
And he said, I did too. He said, I didn't find myself shedding tears, but I could have, because I just was brokenhearted, because I know the service that he and the love and compassion he puts into taking care of the people he took care of at the VA. So, an intensive care nurse, kind, compassionate person to friend and family, described by coworkers as the first person who would jump in to help. He was our neighbor, and he should still be with us right now. So let me just note that Superintendent Drew Evans of the BCA, another exemplary professional in our state, he is the BCA is the state's investigative agency, and it is their job to investigate crime. They have a specialized unit to investigate the use of force cases. They arrived on site after the shooting and were refused access. They then secured a judicial warrant, a warrant signed by a judge, which has never been needed before, and were still refused access. This is uncharted territory. Now, friends, this comes at the tail end of other offenses, like a shooting in North Minneapolis and another homicide in South Minneapolis, Renee Nicole Good, where they also were denied access to the scene, and investigators are, to this moment, still being denied access to the investigative file. This is not a rash decision.
Godwin, nobody is deleting anything.
To seek a temporary restraining order from a judge to preserve evidence and prevent the destruction of evidence. I don't care if you're conservative, liberal, or whatever, but you should at least be in favor of conserving evidence in a homicide.
You would think.
And to have to go get an order from a judge to preserve that evidence is extraordinary and should alarm everyone who believes in equal justice under the law. And who believes
I do not encourage everyone to stay
how this
home.
case
I
ultimately
encourage
is
them
resolved
to exercise their
deserves
rights.
to have their case investigated to get to the truth of what happened. This is an extraordinary moment in an unprecedented time, and we're doing all we can to step up to that moment. My office represents the BCA and joined the Hennepin County Attorney's Office in a lawsuit last night, as you know, and we moved to prevent the destruction and or tampering with evidence related to Alex Pretty's shooting. And this includes any evidence the federal agents took from the scene of the shooting, preventing the state authorities from inspecting it.
Someone literally just said, "Why do Democrats love pedophiles?" Insane. Insane.
We filed that motion last night and for a temporary restraining order asking the court to take immediate action to preserve the evidence. And last night, within 2 hours of the filing, a judge granted the motion. The Department of Homeland Security and the federal government are now enjoined from destroying or altering evidence related to yesterday's shooting. The fact that anyone
Somebody's saying just stay home. Like,
agent of the federal
do you hear
government,
yourself? We're a
think
free
about
country. We have freedom of movement. You're telling me the federal government is telling me to
only if
stay
it's
home. They're invading a city. Are you hearing
This is what we have
yourselves?
to do. As we said in our filing last night, the irreparable harm we would suffer if the federal government were allowed to destroy evidence is so weighty that any harm to the federal government does not even budge the scales.
Democrats are protesting the violation of the Constitution.
It's imperative that we preserve as much evidence as possible so that the state investigators are.
I hate to break it to you guys, all you MAGAs in the chat. If you like deportations, Obama and Biden deported more people
Enforcement or
than Trump.
in the state of Minnesota say that they won't share information with the federal government. I've heard quite the opposite from the federal government. Now, Operation
Somebody said
Metro Surge,
Biden
as I
caused
noted when
this.
I started. This appears to be the largest single deployment or surge of immigration agents in the history of the country. And as a result, tremendous damage has been inflicted upon our state. We've had.
Someone said something about staying home during COVID. I didn't stay home during COVID.
Shooting. We've had.
Nobody made you stay home during COVID. I lived in a national park. I went out
Demand for their
in the park all the fucking time.
America. We've had door-to-door knocks where people have their homes barged into without cause of right. And we've had stores have to shutter, students not going to school. We've had reduction in.
Like, I probably fucked so much that first 6 months of COVID. It was awesome.
Little markets being shut down, restaurants being interfered with. We've had a countless number of harms. And so we took the action of suing the federal government over Operation Metro Surge. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to be in federal court with my team arguing for a restraining order against Operation Metro Surge. I filed this case almost 2 weeks ago, and this will be our first hearing. The lawsuit we filed is one that is
Release the Epstein files.
The unprecedented nature of this surge.
Yeah, a big part of this is just because, Trump is covering up the release of the Epstein files. The DOJ currently in violation of a law passed bipartisan by every Democrat and a couple dozen Republicans.
That our targeting is not based on excessive amounts of undocumented immigrants or anything like that, but we're targeted because of politics, which violates our First Amendment rights. The 10th Amendment, which we are entitled as a state to equal sovereignty, and we have been denied that. The federal government is literally commandeering and coercing the state of Minnesota.
You lived in a liberal fuckhole with your head up your ass. I actually live in a very red state.
Let me remind everybody.
Had my entire life. I'm from the South.
The states predate the United States and came into the Union preserving their rights as states to be the states that the citizens of those states want.
You're allowed to bring a gun wherever the fuck you want, because Second Amendment, baby.
It is at the fundamental, it is in the DNA of American history that the federal
Me and my gay
government
partner?
trample over the prerogatives of the state. And that is exactly what is happening here, and that is exactly why we're going to court. This surge has drained local law enforcement time and resources.
I can't wait to have your
Jacob
cock
Fry, if
in
he
my
were here,
mouth.
could tell you that
I'm
they
going to
spent
give
north
you
of
the
$2 million
blowjob
on
of your
overtime
life,
responding
then
to
I
ICE.
want you inside of
They damage our economy, hurt our education system, and terrorize community members. And it must stop, and tomorrow is a big step.
Let's go back to Bovino here.
Before
Now, as I
that
noted a
shooting,
moment ago, people will
interfering
ask,
with a lawful, legal, ethical law enforcement operation to
Well, none of that was
arrest
true.
Huerta Chuma. And again, it's back to choices. We
I
talked
fuck
about
Clinton, arrest him.
when someone makes the choice to come into an active law enforcement scene, interfere, obstruct, delay, or assault law enforcement officers, and they bring a weapon to do that.
The Democrats
That
couldn't
is
have
a-
released
that
the
is a
Epstein
choice
files. I
that
mean, I guess they
individual
could have in like the last few months of the Biden administration. They were actually under a gag order by the court until 2024 when all of the civil cases wrapped up. I wish you guys would know what you're talking about before you speak. It's so annoying. Talking with right wingers is basically you guys just saying a bunch of uninformed bullshit and then me having to correct you.
All agents that were involved in that scene are working, not in Minneapolis, but in other locations. That's for their
I own 7 Mexican slaves.
doxing, and
I've read the
safety of our
Bible cover to
employees
cover.
is very important to us. So we're going to keep those employees safe. As far as the number of shots, the number of agents involved, that again is going to come out in the investigation. I'm not going to speculate on who did what. when
Yes, very pro Second
did it,
Amendment over here. Please
or
carry
what
your firearm
exactly
if you
occurred
feel
there.
comfortable.
I'm going to wait for the investigation to let me know what happened.
He says he's going to wait for the investigation, but he denigrated Preddy yesterday and said he was attacking
ensure that we're
agents.
talking truthfully and accurately. And before I speculate, I'm going to talk truthfully and accurately.
Between your agency, Border Patrol, and Mr. Charles, your agency, ICE, we have seen 2 separate people shot and killed by officers within 17 days. Do either of you plan on taking any accountability for those actions?
2 suspects.
Yes.
You're correct. 2 suspects have been shot, and suspects that assault, delay, obstruct, or threaten a law enforcement officer's life. It goes back to the choices that we just talked about. When individuals make poor choices, poor decisions, come into a law enforcement situation, an active law enforcement situation, conspire to come into that situation. Whether that's based on ideology, we don't know. That'll be in the investigation that we just talked about.
dumbfounded dipshits. I'm pretty sure I went vertical. That's where everybody's coming from.
And
There's like
a lot of
900 people
officers
in here, and they're
say
all from
they
the
managed,
YouTube vertical.
They managed to come home at the end of shift. And, again, I would implore upon any individuals, whether they're anarchists, rioters, or anyone else that thinks it
Oh, if anyone's new here, I am a total leftist.
scene.
I've done news for almost 30 years, worked as a radio news director, did production
Let's think about that.
for
Say a
a
bank
local
robbery
TV
spot,
station,
and the police are taking
worked in
care of
film.
And then you decide to go in there and perhaps take action.
We make fun of the
not a good
news
idea.
here, so if you are interested in a channel where we make fun of the news, be sure to like,
We are
subscribe.
after
We're also over on
with a
Twitch.
very serious criminal record. We don't need any help. Thank you.
This is such a little man. This was a bully in high school. It's got power now. Now let me get it switched around here. I'll pull Tim Walls and his press conference up over here. Let me see if I can get us a live shot. From Minneapolis here. Mercado Media, probably. Andrew Mercado doing a fantastic job out there. Keith Ellison speaking again at the press conference from Minneapolis. Okay, so here we're back to the press conference. We've got live shot
first of all, it's
from
not a
the
serious
protest. I think they're close to the Target Center down the bottom right hand corner.
And I would thank the local folks and Commissioner Snell. Thank you to you and your team over there. In that letter, they talked about, you need to hand people over who are in your jails. They're taking credit for people that we've had in jail for a long time. We always hand them over, and the commissioner very clearly. So they're lying. They're lying. This has nothing to do with fraud.
Jacqueline Green, I would like to address that. When Obama was rounding up illegals, it was okay. Well, first of all, Obama wasn't making a show of it, like a show of force, sending armed thugs roaming the streets.
So look, it's not a serious attempt to get at this. The way to fix this is
for show. That's why Dr. Phil did a ride along with him. This was all for show. Also, I protested Obama. I called him Deportee McDroneface.
I think everybody understands.
I called him President Deportee McDroneface in 2011, 2012.
This is again as the Attorney General.
But if you
everybody that the
appreciate deporting immigrants, then you should support Biden, Obama, and the Democrats, because they did it way better, and they did it without murdering American citizens.
The Epstein files we're still waiting on. Go ahead and work on those.
Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked it because, since Trump 2 began, and even including Trump 1, we filed a lot of lawsuits. We're north of 50 now, and they've been on everything from birthright citizenship to SNAP to things like the National Institute of Health.
Also, any of you right-wingers that are making comments in the chat, please don't say what you think leftists are doing.
Now, I will say,
it's really weird.
We've had to threaten
like, you all try to tell me what I believe, and you get it very, very wrong. That's called straw manning your opponent. You want to still man your opponent, but I don't think you guys are smart enough to do that.
Is not something that we've experienced. And so I have every reason to believe that they will obey the court order. Now, if they don't, we have recourse, and we'll pursue that recourse. On a deeper level, your question, I would simply say this. Just because they may not do the right thing does not absolve us of the responsibility of doing the right thing. We're going to seek legal recourse, and if they disobey a court order, then that's on them. But we're going to seek those orders, and we're going to insist that they be followed.
It is not BS that Biden and Obama deported more illegals than Trump. You can look that up. That's a fact. And a lot of them got due process, but there was a court order that allowed expedited.
The issue here is I think most sheriffs in the state do fully honor
deportation, and I had a real problem with that legislation.
The issue becomes when they have a lawful reason to be released. Bail, released by justice.
Logan, how do you think I can't handle your comments? I can't read all of them, first of all, because they're going really fast.
That's the fundamental issue.
But I'm going to give you guys a chance to call in if you want to here in a little bit.
Some legal boundaries.
Iceman, no one is deleting comments. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
There may be some things that could be worked out.
Not only do I not want to delete your comments, I want you to call in.
Can I simply say that it puts Minnesota in a very difficult position, because if
I don't like ICE, and they didn't exist before 2003. I'm almost twice as old as ICE.
The state court has the authority to hold them.
You're Charlie Kirk. I'm Charlie XCX.
To liability. So ICE just has to show up and do its job.
That's the fundamental question here. And that's the fundamental argument they keep making. We cooperate. We don't do their job.
Gator said,
We saw
"Don't tell
this
me what
week
to
with
say, bro. That's
rural,
wrong. I don't know
conservative Cottonwood
what you
County.
said."
Sheriff had someone, told them this person's time is done. We can't just hold them indefinitely. It's against the law.
Stop harassing
So we're gonna release
ICE.
this
How about
guy and come
ICE
and
stops
get him.
harassing
They're
communities?
too busy up here doing what they did yesterday to go pick up someone who actually should be removed from this country. And I don't know how many times they try and confuse the people across this country.
The left hates not
their
having
job
power. The left
to
has
do
never had
immigration
power,
and
my
customs
friend.
Enforcement. It's law enforcement's job to do law enforcement in Minnesota. They are not
Freemasons are
doing
Shriners. If you think
immigration
you
enforcement,
deport
saying we should be
better,
doing
what are you
that,
complaining
while they're
about?
apparently now trying to do
Hippocracy?
extrajudicial law enforcement on our streets. So this is a red herring. It's untrue. The Attorney General of the United States put falsehoods into a letter she sends to me that we are doing what's asked of us, but we're not going to do your job for you. We have other things we need to do.
Attorney General, how concerned are you getting back to the evidence
Right.
that you might not get access
Make an ice margarita.
and that you might not get to the bottom of whether he was carrying an ID or not?
I am deeply concerned about the preservation of evidence, which is why we went to court last night. But I have.
Oh, the left is super gay.
But
That's why we're
have
fabulous.
Faith in Judge Tonsru's order that it will be followed, and I can tell you that Minnesota officials are going to do everything we can to get to the truth.
I love the amount of
as a
times
prosecutor,
tampon
I
has
am
been
not
said in my
allowed
chat.
to say
Like, that
what
just
the
shows how
final
brain
outcome is
dead
going to
all of
be.
you are.
We have to get the evidence and find out. But if you're asking me, Tom,
You're like
I'm
little pull
concerned
string
about-
dolls,
if I
just
am
saying the
concerned,
same fucking things you've been
look,
programmed
they
to
got
by the
the
right wing
order.
fucking propaganda you watch.
Now they're going to defy the court if they don't follow it.
As a quick follow, you met with Vice President Vance when he was in town on Thursday.
But power is leftist? What the fuck does that mean?
The tenor of that meeting was his goal was to turn down the temperature. 2 days later, there was the shoot.
Well, I guess it didn't work.
Logan, you called me a soy boy. Do you see the amount of facial hair I have?
Governor Walz and I.
You
were
hear my deep
together for
voice.
12 years.
I have way more testosterone than
State
you.
government. We're used to talking.
I'm the alpha here.
Why not see if there's something that can be arrived at? I can tell you that it was a polite meeting. I can also tell you that I walked out of there thinking.
I'm not lost at all. I know exactly where I am.
Because quite honestly, a few hours late, not even hours, a few minutes later, he just got up there and just articulated the same talking points
I'm
he made to
for
me.
common sense and logic
I tried to
and
correct him.
rationality.
He didn't want to hear that. And so I'm
How
like,
is it
well,
propaganda? How
well,
is hearing
Minnesota,
from
thank you very
a
much.
state
You both
attorney
got-
general
both of us have things to
propaganda?
do. So
I think the
later,
problem
all
is
it
you
was
want to be
cordial
spoon-fed
enough.
what to
but it
believe
was
by
not
right-wing
fruitful,
propaganda, and you
but
won't actually
look,
go and
I
watch a
just think
primary
that-
source like
and
this.
I'm sure the governor agrees. If you can try to talk to somebody sensibly, we do. But that one didn't get where we had hoped.
And Alvin never has to say that. That's what what's his name on Twitter said. While he also says Alvin in his bio. Oh, Nick Swanson? No, that's not it. Nick.
Don't know.
Don't know. They don't talk to us. They don't tell us. They don't.
Oh man, well, cool. Good thing I got that master's degree too to go for my intelligence. I got testosterone and intelligence.
The federal government to preserve evidence is that recourse.
So there are certain legal strategy decisions that I'm not at liberty to just go on about.
Common leftists embrace the concept of
What I
being
can tell
powerful.
you
Nothing wrong with it. I'm not
is
exactly
that-
sure what you're
that-
trying to say.
Both the warrant and the TRO are evidence of our resolve. And we are going to get to the truth.
Somebody said I'm bald. Yes, I
To
am.
Mr. Alex Preddy and to the truth.
I mean,
of what
not
happened
technically
to
bald.
Rick
I have
Hood.
hair.
And that's what we're pledging. And we're going to use
Common
every
sense
legal
is
means
not
to
two
do that.
genders, actually.
So I can't
Gender
tell you-
is a whole
I'm
other
not at liberty to
topic.
tell you what
You
you're
mean two
asking
sexes,
me,
and that's
but I
not even
am
true,
here to assure the
because
public and who's
I can
listening
give you examples that don't fit into your
we are
gender
going
binary.
we are
so.
going to get to the truth of this matter, and we won't be deterred and we won't be denied.
Just a quick one for Jameson. We did see BCA agents at the shooting scene this morning. Can you confirm?
Do you hear yourself? Everyone who stayed out of ICE's way are fine.
The question is about whether or not the
I don't have to stay out of the way of federal agents. This is not Nazi Germany.
And
Yet.
they were continuing to collect evidence.
I have
They've
rights.
seen. They're
They
also doing
don't.
some canvassing of the neighborhoods. I don't want to get into any more of the investigative process in this, but at the BCA, we are going to continue to
You say I'm the furthest thing from an alpha. Are you going to call in and talk to me?
evidence we're able to get, and we appreciate the Attorney General assisting us with the temporary restraining order to make sure that the federal government is retaining evidence that will be available, we would assume, to us at a later time. But the investigation will not pause. We are continuing to work on anything and everything that we possibly can.
I'm just going to close. I'm going to close with one thing that I promised the parents.
In Virginia, Democrats did not remove the minimum sentence for rape and
and I
pedophilia.
speak
Like
to all
that's
Americans on
you've
that
been misled,
over these
my
last
friend.
24
Stop
hours,
getting
what you
your
saw.
information from like
Not
Glenn
knowing more
Beck
about
and
this
shit.
young man, beloved by his family, accomplished ICU nurse,
I have no right to talk about Jesus in this
Skillful
way.
ability
I'll
to
talk
work
about
with
Jesus however I
veterans.
damn well please.
someone who's beloved by community, no criminal record, lawful firearms owner. And you know what you saw.
Yeah, we all
And
saw
then
it.
you heard the most powerful people in the
What a
world,
moton.
certainly in this country,
I think you meant
Vice
moron.
President Greg Bovino, Kristi Noem, narrate to you what you were looking at, that this was a domestic terrorist, crazed, running at law enforcement with the intent to kill massive numbers of them, sullying his name within minutes of this event happening, and then closing the crime scene, sweeping away the evidence, defying a court order, and not allowing anyone to look at it. I don't care if you are conservative and you are flying a Donald Trump flag, you're a libertarian, don't tread on me, you're a democratic socialist of America. This is an inflection point, America. If we cannot all agree that the smearing of an American citizen and besmirching
Oh yes, right wingers watch the most trans
and asking
porn.
us not to believe what we saw, I don't know what else to tell you. This has to be the moment. Your government, here in Minnesota, I've made it clear, I'm accountable for things that happen here.
You can look up
Take
Chase
responsibility
Hughes.
for
He
that.
even says what most
Someone
people don't know,
has
that
to be
left and right are the same.
Someone
Chase
has
Hughes
to
is a
hold
dumb fuck
a final
then.
decision on this.
If you can't,
I'm
I can
sitting
define
behind
what
the
the left and
keyboard
right
at
are.
2
I can tell you what
and
they each
besmirching
believe.
a
We don't even
VA
have a
nurse
left wing in
and a
this
son
country. If you're
and a
trying to say that
coworker
the Democrats and the
and a friend
Republicans are both
despicable
bought
beyond
by
all
big
description.
money billionaires, then
This
you
is
might
not-
have some
we
kind
need
of
to see
a
both
point.
sides.
But if you're
This
saying
is not-
left
we
and
need to
right are
wait
the same
for
thing,
this.
you're just an
This is
idiot
basic
that has
human
no
decency.
idea
And
about
at this point in
civics
time,
or
I'm
what
just
those terms
asking,
even mean.
Try for a moment to set aside the political side of it and go back and ground in the humanity of this. This family has gone.
Yes, I can look up that Virginia House bill and it doesn't say what you think it says.
World drag their dead son with absolutely no evidence and gaslight the entire country. This is enough. And I would say, President Trump, you can end this today. Pull these folks back. Do humane, focused, effective immigration
It's
control.
the sunken cost fallacy and Dunning-Kruger effect wrapped.
Let our law
Ubut
enforcement
9-1.
continue to do what they do, making
What are you
Minnesota
referring
one
to,
of the
friend?
safest states in the country, one of the best places to live. Allow our children to go back to school. We have
I'm not high enough for you
in
people.
Minnesota hiding in their houses, afraid to go outside. Many of us grew up reading that story of Anne Frank. Somebody's going to write that children's story about Minnesota. And there's one person who can end this now. And I'll go back to it again. Please show some decency. pull these folks out, reset this situation, and allow us to do the job that the Attorney General, myself, were elected to do, protect the people of Minnesota and carry out the laws of Minnesota. We'll be back with you when we get more information.
All right, you're just listening in there to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz speaking to the meeting after this deadly CBP shooting in Minneapolis. And the governor there speaking directly to the President Donald Trump saying, quote, "What is your plan?" Tim Walz said he did speak with the...
I agree. Some of the comments in the chat are insane. Hey, guys, my phone lines are open. If you would like to call in and talk to me, I will put the phone number down here. It should be in the description. I don't know about the vertical YouTube. That happens sometimes. 917-830-4359. I've got the call-in tag and put it on the screen. 917-830-4359. You can also hop in the Discord. If you get in our Discord, do let me know you're there, because I would love to talk to you guys. Explain how you think the things you think. I think some of you seem nutso, especially the people who are like, "What is a woman?" in my chat. Men don't have eggs, retard. Like we are. I got a caller. Hell yeah. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Hey, good afternoon, brother.
Good afternoon. How are you, my friend?
I appreciate you showing this. We all need to see this. This is America looking itself in the eye. This is not new. This is something they've been doing for hundreds of years. It's just being televised.
Oh, absolutely. And it's been localized in different communities, predominantly of color. And me as a white man hasn't had to deal with it as much, but I can give you the example like my grandfather had the National Guard called in on him to make him work in the mines back in Matewan, Virginia, back in the 30s and 40s.
Wow. He got a whole different understanding than you and I.
That's the well. I'm a redneck from Appalachia, and we used to fight the federal government all the time. So this is nothing new for us.
Well, the people in Minnesota doing the right thing. They standing up and they making it known and letting the whole world see this. It's an embarrassment for the country around the world. And I can tell you, as a 26-year member of the military who's been everywhere, the world is watching, and we have lost so many friends and advocates because of the way our government portrays itself.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for your service. I appreciate you standing up for what's right.
I appreciate you having me on. Thanks a lot for taking my call.
Awesome. Have a great afternoon.
You too.
Fantastic call. Any dumb fucks want to call in? Any right-wingers got anything to say? I would love somebody to explain to me defend this shooting. How can you do it? This man was a nurse who served veterans of this country. A nurse that served vets, and you're going to defend ICE executing him in the street. The number is 917-830-4359. The Discord, just let me know if you're in the Discord. There's a Debate Freakin channel you can get into. Feel free to block your number. I don't have blocked numbers blocked. I'm just in this to have a good conversation with people. How about go look it up, type it into Google. You have an incredibly powerful tool at your disposal. My ignorant friend, type in person with XY gives birth. Have you done that? You realize there's people with XY chromosomes and uteruses, right? Like that exists. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Not a thing. What's up with you?
Hey, okay. So, I don't have anything about the left or the right. I mean, they're a part of the same thing, like the man was saying. Now, what I believe and what, the easiest way to control people is through fear. If you make people think that everything that they believe in,
if you make people think there's an invasion of illegal aliens and Democrats just opened the border and they're eating the cats and the dogs, fear. That's what the right is doing.
Bro, it's been done since the beginning of time almost. And, Hitler did...
Specifically, we're talking specifically right now. They're telling you that there is an illegal invasion of aliens in an open border and they're eating your cats and dogs. And they're doing it to drum up fear in order to send armed agents into your streets.
But all the while, they're going into other countries and they're not saying it because of the terminology. The verbiage is different. Just like Hitler, when he annexed, Austria, or when he annexed Czechoslovakia.
You mean like we're trying to annex Greenland, like we're trying to annex Cuba and Mexico?
But they have us so busy fighting with each other, killing each other, that we're not even paying attention to.
Yes, the capitalist class is keeping us divided. Leftists are about collectivism coming together in order to make a better world for everybody. I want you to have universal health care. I want you to have universal K through doctorate education. We can have that together and not spend money on bombs and locking up American citizens if you will join with me.
Bro, it's fucking crazy, bro. Like, and it's nuts, you know what I mean? Like, everybody falls for it. Like, we attack each other. We're so ready to follow people blindly, the way that the Germans followed Hitler and the Nazis blindly. But we can't even see it, bro. We're attacking ourselves. We're making it harder for ourselves.
I'm not following anybody blindly.
Bro, it's maybe not blindly. And that's the crazy thing, bro. None of the Nazis, none of the Germans, none of the people that were, because Adolf Hitler, he didn't kill anybody. Heinrich Himmler, Joseph Goebbels, none of the main Nazis in control, they didn't kill one person. They may have put
Greg Bovino has not killed one person, but he is responsible for the deaths of at least 2 people.
Exactly, bro. And everybody on the left feels completely justified. Everybody on the right feels just as equally as justified. You know what I'm saying? But we are so overwhelmed with our ego and our pride and what we think is right that we refuse to stop and see what we're really doing.
What am I refusing to not see?
Not and it's not that we're making it harder for ourselves by trying to alienate the other side. How
am I trying to alienate the other side? I'm trying to get right-wingers to join with me to demand health care, education, roads, and schools.
Bro, but listen, but that doesn't mean that it comes at the cost. And trust me, bro, like, I don't know if you think that I'm left or I'm right. Like, I'm neither.
Yeah, I think you're probably like a low-information voter that doesn't know much about civics, to be honest with you.
Bro, I refuse to vote, bro, because none of the shit that actually matters, like,
Then you're part of the problem, my friend.
I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, most of the country didn't vote. That's why we have a fucking madman.
Wait. So are you going to argue what I'm saying, or are you going to try to attack my character?
I'm not attacking your character.
So I'm a low information voter. Just
yes,
like,
because of what you're telling me. Yes, I don't.
I'm saying, not what I'm saying. Just what you think I am.
Yes.
Right? And that's a part of the problem, bro.
But you came in here trying to tell me, left and right are the same thing. That's something a low information voter would say in order to sound like he's above the fray and more intelligent than everybody.
Whoa. So,
but it doesn't mean anything.
Are we not both sides of the American people? We act like the bicameral legislature includes us, bro. Like, none of that shit matters, bro. Like,
hold on. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, look, back it up. I have done news since I was 20. I started in the news business. I was news director of 9 radio stations when I was 21 years old. I know senators, congresspeople, I know governors. They are actually very receptive to their constituents. Like you're saying, we're not involved, but if first of all, do you know how many people a congressperson represents?
Are you talking about like the people that contribute to their campaign? Or
No. I am talking about the citizens. Okay, if let's say 1,000 people in a congressman's district sends them an email, they will flip immediately. But do you know? Hold on, shut up. Let me talk.
Hold on, bro.
But the thing that doesn't like,
question.
brother.
If shit
Hold on, let me talk. Let me finish my point. Brother, let me finish my point.
It was an apocalyptic.
Let me finish my point.
That shit matters.
Let me finish my point.
Bro,
Okay.
have a
Okay.
point.
Hold on. My point was that if 1,000 people call their congressperson and ask them to vote a certain way, that congressperson will absolutely vote a certain way. The problem is there's not 1,000 people calling their congresspeople.
Oh.
If I had to guess, you probably don't even know the name of your congressperson,
That's
do you?
an opinion. That's not a fact.
That's not an opinion. That is an absolute fact.
That is not a fact, bro.
It is a fact.
Goddamn, like the entire of humanity and society, that what they put out says everything against what you were saying. You were the only one that's saying it because you're trying to fucking back up and defend a fucking crazy ass agenda. Like, all I'm trying to say is if shit hits the fan tomorrow.
What crazy ass agenda am I trying to defend, man? I'm trying to tell you how your system works.
Bro, if civilization...
Hold on. Back up.
None of this shit would matter, bro.
Do you know the name of your congressperson?
Skip something. I actually do contact my fucking congressperson, but it's not about none of the bullshit that y'all think. Like, it has to do with a completely different thing. Like,
brother, you sound like an idiot. Like I can't help it. Like, I'm sure you're smart in a lot of ways, but you don't know anything about politics.
Go ahead and attack me, bro. Like, you asked people to call in. I called in.
Man, I'm not wanting to attack you. I just like
point, bro. Look.
Brother, I don't go and talk to people about like sporty ball because I don't know shit about it. This is like you came on here to talk to somebody who has a degree in political philosophy about politics, and you sound like somebody that doesn't know anything about it. And that's not a bad thing, man. It's like me trying to talk about football.
Is civics more important than ethics, bro? What's more important, civics or ethics? If shit hit the fan tomorrow and civilization crashed as we fucking know it, and people started killing each other for fucking water and fucking food, like, would the fucking left and right matter, or would it be chaos?
Well, the left is going to band together. Okay, the left is what people call communism, is communal living. We have what is called networks of mutual aid and shit like that. So the left would actually band together and be pretty well off. The right has this rugged individual mentality where they're all going to hoard guns and not work together.
So it would be.
Have you ever watched the Last of Us TV show?
I started it, bro, but like, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm literally giving you my opinion.
I know, and I'm giving you my opinion based on the facts that I have.
Maybe it's not like as an educated opinion as yours. You know, I don't have the accolades and the credibility. You know, the whatever fuck, bro. But
well, man, I'm literally telling you, the left wants you to join with us and band together, have mutual aid networks so that we can all farm and help each other after shit falls apart. But the left also wants to make sure that shit doesn't fall apart, that we have the things that we need as a country: healthcare, education, a high wage for everybody, worker protections. That's the things the left cares about, not people's genitals and demonizing immigrant communities.
Bro, the left, never mind. All right, bro. Well, I appreciate, your opinion, and thank you.
Well, what is your exposure to the left? Just what, like, right-wing media says about them?
What my eyes see, bro. What I know, like, are you kidding me? What's my exposure to the left? Like, the world. Are you like what? What the fuck?
What do you think left means?
Like, do you think that like? Do you? I don't have Facebook. I don't have social media. Like the only thing I have is YouTube. And
Like, man, I'm a leftist. Okay, I am a leftist.
Yes, sir.
My view is not represented anywhere in the media. That's why I'm on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't fuck with none of that. You know?
Because the media is highly capitalist. Because I explained this. I had a friend who was the program director for a radio station, and it was only because he was in the Rotary Club and he had, you know, the RV company would buy advertising.
Like, I figured all that shit out with the whole weapons of mass destruction shit back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, I've been off the mainstream media's nutsack. Like, I'm just saying what I see, bro. Like, and that's people going at each other for shit that they don't even understand. You know what I mean? I know you think that I don't understand and that, you know, I'm uneducated, but I guarantee you I'm a little more educated than most people that are out here fucking fighting each other over this shit.
What is it I'm not understanding, man?
I didn't say you weren't understanding. I don't know if I ever said that you weren't understanding something. Like, I just was giving my opinion.
Well, you're saying like we don't understand that we're fighting each other, and then I gave you like great examples. Like, you kept bringing up Nazi Germany. I kept giving you great examples of how the Republicans are acting exactly like Nazi Germany.
Bro, and I never said they weren't, bro. Like, that's exactly what I'm the one that told you that they were doing shit like fucking annexing other countries and shit, bro. I brought that shit up.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, like we're trying to annex Greenland and Cuba and Mexico.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I completely agree with you, bro.
Well, are you going to join with me to fight these fascists, or are you just going to tell me that, like, oh, everybody's bad?
Bro, because the left is going around doing completely radical fascist shit, like completing acts of radical fascism. And
okay, that's a new one to me. What acts of radical fascism are the left doing?
Bro, they're literally going out there and trying to impede government fucking agencies and this and that. And
never happened.
When they get shot, and then when they get shot,
bro. Yesterday, Alex Preddy did nothing to impede those agents. He was just recording with his phone.
What was he doing out there in the first place, bro?
Recording with his phone, which is his right as a citizen.
Like, bro, but there are a lot better ways to do it than going out there and getting your ass killed over it. Now,
but okay, did you see the ICE agent push the woman? He was trying to help the woman up. How are you defending what ICE did?
I'm not defending what ICE did, bro.
You are.
I'm trying to say that what he did wasn't the right way to go about it either.
How is that not the right way, man? He did nothing wrong.
Because he's fucking dead, bro. He's dead.
He's dead because the government violated his rights.
He's dead because he got out. He went out there. And
no, he's dead because the government violated his rights. But it's cut and dry.
So you don't think that he's dead of his own?
No.
You don't think that he made the choice to go out? You don't think he put himself in that situation?
What situation?
ICE agent, fuck the ICE agents, fuck whatever.
But you're not acting like fuck ICE. You're acting like you're victim blaming. You're acting like he deserved what he got.
Bro,
the woman deserved to be raped because she was wearing a short skirt.
Our own actions, and 99.9%.
And what was his actions that were illegal? Did he commit any kind of illegal act?
Did he not comply with people who had guns on them, bro? Like,
brother, people with guns can't just tell you what to do. This is America.
Bro, okay, if 15 gangsters, if 10 gangsters, 5 gangsters, because that's what they are, it amounts to fucking a bunch of thugs running around trying to harass the fucking civilian population. If 15 gangsters without badges, without whatever, in a dark alley in a fucked up neighborhood came up to that man and told him to fucking do whatever, is he gonna listen to him? Or is he gonna not and fucking try to play a hero and end up in the same?
This guy didn't play hero, man. He was trying to help a woman up that ICE pushed.
Hey, and then what happened, bro? So you're saying
They shot him in the back multiple times for no reason.
so what was he doing out there, bro?
Filming ICE.
Filming ICE. Okay. Was he a fucking? Is he like some
Are you familiar with the Constitution?
journalist? Is he a journalist, bro? Like
You don't have to be a journalist.
Is he was a journalist or he was an ICU nurse?
He was an ICU nurse.
First Amendment auditor, or what was he? Because
He was just a citizen that was out filming ICE. 100% his rights.
so
But why can you not ordain your mouth to say that the government violated his rights? Why can you not say
I
that?
have there's no doubt in my mind that the government violated that man's rights.
100%. Okay, well then there's no more conversation. There's no other conversation.
So you're saying that, okay, I don't know if he was married. I don't know shit about the dude. All I know is he was out there, and if he would have been
He was in his community in the street.
at any other time, he would still be here. His mom would still have a son. His dad would still have a son. His brothers, sisters, they'd all still have a family member. But no, he was out there trying to film ICE. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Even when
Are you kidding me? You think filming ICE should get you killed?
I don't, bro. I do not.
That's what you're saying.
No, I did not, bro. I said they completely violated his rights.
Okay, then why are you still talking? Why are you still trying to place the blame on him then?
I'm not trying to place the.
You are.
saying that
You're trying to say that he's responsible for being out there.
Bro, if he wasn't out there, he would still be alive. That's all I'm saying.
And it's his street. Like, you can't. You're trying to tell me that he shouldn't have been out there because there's armed thugs in his street, but this is America. We're supposed to have freedom.
I guarantee you he wouldn't walk through any one of the fucked up, like, ghettos or hoods.
Brother, I walked through plenty of ghettos in my life. This dude was a fucking
No.
ICU nurse in the VA. I bet if he could go save somebody's life, he would have absolutely walked through ghettos. Like, stop with your bullshit, man.
Check this out, but
Stop with your bullshit.
If they would have came up and told you, hey, white.
Oh, so we got to keep making up these scenarios that didn't happen to try to justify shit, is what you're saying.
Bro, you're trying to tell me that we are not responsible for everything that we do. Like, you can try to blame whoever you
He's responsible for what he did. He did nothing wrong. The government is responsible for his death. 100% cut and dry.
I agree with you, bro.
It doesn't seem like
Y'all
it.
started, but guess what? That doesn't mean that he had to go stick his nose in there and put himself in danger.
You're saying stick his nose as if he was doing something wrong just being on his street.
In the middle of a protest, right? In the middle of a.
I don't know that it was a protest. He could have just been there when ICE showed up.
Bro,
we don't exactly know the Hold on, dude. We don't know the circumstances of how he got there. He could have been at the donut shop for all we know.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I have no idea. Why was he filming ICE if he was at the donut shop, bro? You know what I mean?
But you keep saying, why was he filming ICE? Because we should all be filming ICE because they're violating people's rights.
And then there's nothing to bitch about when something fucking happens to you.
But there is something to bitch about because the government violated his rights. You just said it.
Exactly, bro. There are much better ways to go.
Bro, you are so dumb, man. Like, I can't get through to you.
Okay, bro.
So you agree that his rights were violated by the government, yet you're still trying to blame him.
You're trying to fucking put the cart before the horse, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm going over the facts. The government violated his rights. You said you agreed.
Bro, hell yeah, the government fucking fucked up his rights. But they
End of conversation.
Fucking day, like, and all of a sudden now he's a fucking vigilante. Now he's a hero, huh? Now, I mean, he works in the ICU, or is he a journalist, or is he a First Amendment auditor? Like, all of a sudden, what?
Brother, what are you talking about?
Bro, I'm literally just fucking. Oh my god. All right, bro. Take it easy, man. Thank you.
I don't get why you're trying to justify ICE's actions. I appreciate you calling in, man, but I really don't get it. He did not interfere. He never drew a gun. There's been a lot of misinformation in my chat. He never drew a gun. He was legally armed. If anybody else would like to call in, 917-830-4359. I don't get it. You can tell me that like ICE is behaving like Nazis, but then try to blame the dude for his own death. Oh, do you think he was intoxicated? You seem like a nice guy, man. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to call you dumb. But like it was like I said, like I don't talk about football because I don't know shit about football. And you're trying to talk to me about civics. I asked him who his congressperson was, and they knew the first name or something. I don't know. Logan, you seem like you've got something you want to say. You've been talking a lot. Ooh, here we go, yeah. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on, my friend?
So I got a question for you. You keep making statements that he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Where is your footage? Because the footage that I saw was probably the same footage that everybody else saw.
Yeah, there's about 3 different angles.
So there is 3 different angles. Can you show them on your feed?
I don't want to. I think YouTube would let me, but I would get Twitch banned. I'm kind of on edge about that because I got banned for 30 days over showing the Charlie Kirk footage.
So
but he never reached for his gun. It appears that the agents pulled the gun from his holster.
Okay. See, that's I don't know much about this shooting because I've only seen one angle or a zoomed in angle. That's all that the media has really put out there or social.
Oh man, they're all over. They're all over. Don't man, I hate it when people blame the media. There's like 3.
No. There's 3. They're not all over the place. But you said there's.
Yeah, they're all over X and Twitter.
Okay, see, I don't have X and Twitter, so it's like.
Okay, well, see, that's the site. Okay, that has no real censorship, so you can show shit like that on it, but it's not going to be on other sites.
Now, let me ask you this: what was your point of view on the woman that got shot?
Did she do anything wrong?
Well, from me, I watched the video. I saw several different angles. They first only released the first angles, and everybody came up with their assumptions.
Well, who's they? Well, you said they released the first angles.
Well, YouTube, whoever.
Well, YouTube didn't release them. Individual citizens uploaded to whatever.
Okay, so
platform.
The individual citizens are the they.
I'm very weary of people using they to refer to like mainstream media, and that's a broad term, so I don't like that. So.
Okay, well, you're free to not like what you don't like. That's not the issue. So the issue is that when her girlfriend was running around the car after they had already parked and blocked ICE agents and were trying to stop them from capturing someone.
Okay, you're saying trying to stop them from capturing someone, but we don't actually know that. From my perspective, and I don't know this to be true, and we don't have all the facts, it looks like there was a vehicle that was stuck in front of them, and they stopped to kind of block traffic to let people, because this is something you would do. I'm from a small town, man. You kind of, because she's got her hazard lights on, and she's waving cars around. It looks like she has stopped to let them unstick the car that was in front of them, and then they got rushed by federal agents.
Sure. So they start walking around here. They tell her several times to leave. Then they tell her because she won't leave, they tell her to get out of the car.
Well, okay, this all happened. Okay, what you're saying all happened within like 20 seconds, right? They're telling her to leave, and they're telling her to get out of the car within like 20 seconds.
So do you have children?
No, I don't.
Have you ever yelled at your child to stop doing something and then go to their room? Like that's what people do. When people don't comply with one order, they tend to give another order.
But you're saying within 20 seconds she's getting all these conflicting orders.
So how long does it take to put your foot off the brake and put it on the gas and drive away?
Well, when she drove away, she got shot.
So that's because there was a person standing in front of her when she drove away.
that put himself there against department policy. You know that, right?
In my opinion, again, the only reason why she drove away is because I heard her significant other tell her, drive.
Well, the cops are also telling her to leave.
Hold on. She repeatedly was pulling on the handle. And you can watch her look at her girlfriend and take off. She was listening to her girlfriend. She was pulling on the handle, which we don't know. She may have thought it was an ICE agent trying to get into her car. And she hears the only voice that she trusts to drive. That's who she listened to, was the only person that she trusts. She wasn't paying attention to her surroundings. She was only worried about what her girlfriend told her to do. So I have a child too. I would not bring my children to a protest or even.
Okay, well, here's the thing is, like, we know she didn't bring her children to a protest. She was just on the street where she lived.
Well, I understand that. But
she was dropping off a kid, and she ran into the ICE agents on her street. So
this has gone on. I have seen videos where there's children at these Minnesota protests.
Okay, well, that's different than we're talking specifically about Renee Good. She had dropped her child off, and then ICE just encountered ICE on the street. She wasn't at any sort of protest.
She wasn't following ICE agents around?
We don't know that. Her mom has said that has just dropped off the kid.
Who's we?
And that
who's we? Who's we?
We as the public don't know that.
Who is we?
Well,
Who are you referring to as we?
Us. Me and you.
Us? No.
Her mom said that she had dropped off her kid.
You're assuming you know what I know. That's what one of the main things with this country, the problem with it is that people assume that other people know. Because they're stuck in their own echo chamber.
Hold on.
And they don't think that anybody else has a different point of view or
Brother.
have a point of view.
Brother, I am a news person. I do the news every fucking night here.
I know you say that, and I hear you. That's great. You watch different news outlets, and you come up with your own opinion.
I don't really watch news outlets. I'm going to give you primary sources. And tell you, like, don't listen to me. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So where's your primary source?
Her mom said that she had just dropped off a kid and was driving down her own street.
Oh, her mom said that. So parents never lie for their children. That's never happened in this.
I'm just telling you the information that we have. That's why I said I don't know if she was following ICE or not.
Right.
This is the information that we have. But now you're wanting. See, do you not see your bias here? That I tell you what her mom said, and you're like, "Oh, her mom didn't lie." Like, do you not see your bias in this?
Advocate with everything. We're in the United States of America. We've been lied to about everything. You have to play devil's advocate with everything. And if you've been lied to on your side, and you think that I've been lied to on my side...
What do you mean I've been lied to on my side?
Well, there's been several... And I don't mean to say your side and assume that you're left-leaning because...
I'm a left-winger.
You say that you're not left-leaning.
I did not say that. I am absolutely a left-winger.
So do you agree with left-wing today and what left-wing was back when we were in school? Because I was born in 1980, and I'm sure you probably were close by that too.
There's been no left-wing in this country. There's no... Like, left-wing is the DSA and the Working Families Party and shit like that.
Right. So okay. So... Left wing is the working class party. So
left wing is people like Einstein and Eugene V. Debs and Maya Angelou.
So
did you know Einstein was a socialist?
What's that?
Did you know Einstein was a socialist?
Well, Einstein was a genius, but he couldn't find his own house. Do you think that socialism?
I said socialist.
Is a thing?
Huh?
Right. I said he was a genius, but that doesn't mean that just because you're a genius that socialism is a good thing. Where in this world has socialism actually worked and been good for the people that never...
The United States.
So if we're already a socialist country, then what?
We're not.
We're trying to make it socialist.
The right wing of this country has spent 50 years destroying what was called the welfare state. Happened in our lifetimes, friend. And what have you said? What have you gotten for it? You've seen the education go completely down here. You've seen our
The
bridges
welfare
and
state, meaning, so when you refer to the welfare state, you're referring to people that need to be on welfare and food stamps because that in
no
itself was designed to
no. When I'm referring to the welfare state, I'm referring to a raft of programs proposed by FDR. This is literally what's called in history books the welfare state. It's the what existed in the United States between like 1940 and 1980. And it's what produced the greatest middle class in the history of the world.
So what happened after 1980? Where were all the liberals?
Reagan and deregulation.
From 1980 until, I don't know, say
Reaganism took over, and this conservative strain took over so badly that we got a Democratic president, Bill Clinton, who said that he was third way and that he was going to be economically conservative and socially liberal. That's what got, and we got deregulation throughout the 90s, and that has resulted in everything wrong with this country now.
And deregulation was the reason why.
Deregulation is the reason why fucking 4 companies own everything now.
For 20 years, that has to do with deregulation. Is manual labor jobs pay didn't increase for 20 years, but your job sitting collecting the news and talking to people, you're
corrupting the news.
No, collecting the news, not corrupting.
Oh, okay.
I'm not one of those people. You don't have to put words into my mouth and try to act like I'm trying to sabotage you, because I'm not. I'm trying.
I just misheard. I'm sorry. You don't have to get so touchy.
Well, I hear it over and over and over again. When it doesn't go your way, one way, it immediately has to go to something else. And
what are you talking about?
That's crazy. Well, I mean, you insulted the man that you were speaking to earlier, calling him stupid, and there's no need for that.
No, I said he was uninformed on politics, and it was like me trying to talk about football.
Right, but you called him stupid as well.
He said some really dumb shit there at the end.
Is there a reason to degrade people?
Yeah.
You can't get your point across without degrading
I think stupid people in this country haven't been told they're stupid enough, yeah.
Well, I mean, some people can say that the same thing about the gentleman that just got shot and the lady that just got shot.
No, they can't.
Things you win stupid prizes.
What stupid thing did they do?
Say. What's that?
What stupid thing did they do?
Well, as far as the woman goes,
she was just on her street dropping her kid off, and she encountered ICE.
How do you know what her intentions were? Even if you spoke to her mother, you still don't know what her intentions were, because what you tell your mother you're going to do and what you might do.
But you know that her intentions were to harass ICE agents.
Do I think that her intentions were to harass ICE agents? Yes, I do. That's what.
But how do you? But you're telling me I can't know her intentions, but you can.
That's from her actions show.
What actions?
Harassing ICE agents.
No, her actions. Brother, her actions show her waving them on and saying, "Bro, I'm not mad at you," and laughing.
When you have a normal United States citizen or someone that isn't worried about getting deported and actually agrees that there's a problem with illegal aliens in this country because Joe Biden opened up the borders.
Oh my God, bro, you're getting emotional about something you were lied to about. Joe Biden didn't open up the borders.
So I didn't see people walk across the border?
No.
I didn't see that? No?
I'm sure you saw a video of right-wing media lying to you, yes.
So all the documentation with all the government agents that they counted how many people walked across and their best guess?
Okay, then how would they know how many people are coming across if we had an open border?
So do you think we should have a border?
No, I'm a libertarian. I believe a government can impede.
Your house?
I can't. I don't believe a government can impede. Well, private property is a little different than a country.
Have a fence around your house? Do you have
false analogy? A private property is a lot different than a country.
It's a smaller version. What are you talking about?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's nothing like a smaller version.
If you don't protect your own home, then you have
what am I, brother? I'm not protecting my country from anybody. They're wanting to come here to participate in our economy and shit.
Do you think that children got trafficked to this country?
I think Donald Trump has trafficked a shit ton of children.
Now, where do you get your information from that? Where are your facts to support that? Where have you seen that there's documentation or video footage of him actually trafficking people, even bank records?
I don't know. He's blocking the release of 99% of the files. That's why we want them released.
Do you have any evidence of that, or is it just something that you're spewing?
Oh no,
you're mad that he got.
I can show you the civil case where he was accused of raping a young girl with Jeffrey Epstein.
And how many men in this country have been accused of rape that didn't do it?
Well, Donald Trump was accused of rape 20-something times and has been adjudicated as a rapist. So
okay, so let me ask you a different question. How many?
Donald Trump is on video telling us he rapes women. Literally said, grabs them by the pussy. He's on video telling us he walks into underage girls' dressing rooms. He's on video telling us he wants to fuck his own daughter. Like, come on, dude. This guy's a pedophile.
You say I would wish that you would upload that video the ones that you
literally has a quote where he's talking about how much he loves Jeffrey Epstein and they both love young women.
Put them up there.
Put what up there?
Put up the videos. Put up the videos where he's saying it.
What, that he wants to fuck his daughter and shit? Like, do you not know that these exist?
Post the video. No, I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
That's fucking wild to me. You've never seen the video of him being asked what he and Ivanka.
You're absolutely correct that it's wild. Just like I can say it's wild that you might think that Hunter Biden didn't have anything in his laptop and that it was stolen from him.
What did Hunter Biden have on his laptop that I'm supposed to care about?
They're lying to both sides.
What did Hunter Biden have on his laptop that I'm supposed to care about?
Well, he trafficked children. He
didn't.
Money.
Did he embezzle money? I have no idea that he embezzled money.
Smoking crack. He went on 60 Minutes.
Okay, he smoked crack. So
smoked Parmesan cheese. This is the president's child.
Okay, he smoked crack. I don't give a shit. I never voted for Hunter Biden. I don't give a shit. Buddy, Don Jr.'s on coke.
So
So if you give a shit about the president's child, clearly Don Jr.'s on coke. Like there's a double standard with you people.
You can say that with you sold him coke yourself. You done coke with him, seen him do coke. What? You got videos of it? Because
I've got videos where he's clearly on cocaine. Yes.
He's on cocaine, not doing cocaine. So you're assuming that he's taking cocaine because of his actions, but you didn't see him do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
okay.
That's the.
Did you see Hunter Biden embezzle or traffic children? No, you didn't. Did you sell Hunter crack?
A crack pipe on TV?
Yeah, so I don't give a shit.
He smoked crack.
I don't give a shit that Mike Lindell smoked crack. He's running for governor of Minnesota. Are you going around telling about how Mike Lindell's stupid?
Do you think that he had anything, that he had no ties and didn't have any tax-paying money that he was playing with? He doesn't owe the IRS, I don't know, $1 million or whatever it is now. Because
I think he does owe the IRS some money, but okay, he didn't pay his taxes.
And that's just okay. He didn't pay his taxes, but when
lock him the fuck up. I don't give a shit, brother. I don't give a shit about Hunter. I don't understand.
Why? Because they're in the same category. They're the wealthy that get away, that are allowed to do what they want to. And that's
not in the same category in any way, shape, or form.
You speak up for wealthy people that have your agenda, but you're against wealthy people.
No, I don't. What wealthy people do I speak up that have my agenda? What are you talking about?
You keep defending Hunter Biden and saying that he didn't do this and he didn't.
When did I defend Hunter Biden? All I said was what we know. Like, he smoked some crack. I don't think that he trafficked children. I think that was 100% made up.
100% made up. Like the Russian hoax?
I don't. Once again, and see, you've got to keep moving the goalposts.
Investigating things at January 6th. That's another.
I don't think
FBI agents, no law enforcement instigating.
When you say, hold on, brother, talk to me here. You keep moving the goalposts.
Yeah.
When you say Russian collusion, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, they tried to impeach the president and said that he won the presidency because of...
No, they impeached the president because he tried to extort Ukraine to make up charges about Hunter Biden going into the election. I don't
extort Ukraine like Joe Biden when he said, if you put my son in prison, I'm going to lock you up. When they went...
Oh, man, that never happened. Not only...
never happened. Oh, that's...
Oh, brother.
I just... So
man,
you can have a biased point of view when you...
Man, can you let...
I agree that they both lie. I agree with you that they both lie. But you have to take a step back and see that both sides are lying. Both of them are lying.
Brother, what you just said is a lie. I can show you the article.
That's a lie?
Yes. When Joe Biden went and... First of all, you didn't quote him correctly. He never said whatever you said he said. When he said the thing about the prosecutor getting fired, he was doing stated U.S. and EU policy that would have resulted in his son being investigated. They wanted that prosecutor fired because he wouldn't investigate Burisma. Not because he was investigating Burisma and he was trying to investigate his kid. There is literally an article written in The Intercept by the New York Times reporter that broke the story about Joe Biden and Burisma. And he says the right-wingers got the story completely fucking wrong. So I would appreciate it if you would know what you're talking about before you try to make a point and then act all self-righteous like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I'm trying to explain to you that
I'm trying to explain to you that you were wrong about the thing that you just said. You told me that Biden was, or that you told me that Trump was impeached over Russia. He wasn't. He was impeached over the Ukraine deal where he tried to extort Ukraine.
And that's what I'm trying to explain. I can agree to you.
I'm explaining to you that you don't know what you're talking about, and you're talking to somebody that actually knows what he's talking about.
The media lied. That's what you said. They lied, right? I can agree with...
When did I say the media lied? About what?
Well, you said they lied and said that he didn't really say that. The media...
No, right-wing media lied to you and got you to believe that, yes.
So, right. So the media lied, and if they lie...
The media you consume, which is very dishonest, lied to you. Left-wing and liberal people tend to not consume just straight up propaganda that lies to them. Will there be biases that come across? Absolutely. But like it's a lot harder to just lie to your audience because liberals tend to have critical thinking skills.
So let me ask you a question. You're saying that the media that I consume, what media do you think that I consume? Because you're telling me what I watch, and that's where I'm getting my information from. So what media do you think I watch?
I have no idea what you watch, but you have to be consuming a right-wing outlet that told you the lie about Burisma.
Do you think there's left-wing outlets?
Here, do I think there's left-wing outlets? Is that what you asked?
That's what I asked you. Do you think that there's...
Yeah, they're like Democracy Now!, and they don't get a lot of coverage. Do you think that MSNBC is left-wing?
Coverage?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think MSNBC is left-wing?
I think MSNBC will put up whatever someone pays them to put up. And I think that they...
But do you think MSNBC is left-wing?
I think that they have been left-wing at certain times, and they'll put up whatever someone pays them to put up. That's what I'm trying to get at, is that...
So you're against capitalism?
Both sides lie. Both sides lie.
Okay, just a few minutes ago, you came to me with this Burisma story, right? Here is the...
And I agree with you that they lied about it.
Here is James Risen. He is... Hold on, let me talk. This is James Risen. He is the New York Times reporter that broke the story about Ukraine and Hunter Biden. I wrote about the Bidens in Ukraine years ago. Are you going to let me talk? Then the right-wing spin machine turned the story upside down. Many observers now seem to think this suddenly hot story came out of nowhere this year, but that is not true. And this explains to you, I'm going to put it in the chat because I want you to go and read it, how wrong you were about the Hunter Biden Burisma story.
Do you think left media outlets, or first of all, are there left media outlets? And if there are, do they...
I just answered your question about left-wing media outlets, and it's like Democracy Now! Is a left-wing media outlet. Jacobin is a left-wing media outlet. The Nation is a left-wing media outlet.
What about CNN, ABC, NBC?
Those are corporatist. If something is owned by a corporation, it cannot be left-wing. You understand that, right?
I do believe that there is a problem with the way capitalism is run today.
I believe there's a problem with people like you being uninformed and having really strong opinions on shit.
Sir, I thought we almost agreed that the reason...
Sir, I just showed you how wrong you were about Biden and Burisma, and you can't even fathom that you could have been wrong about Russia or...
And then you're interrupting me. So... I believe that both sides are lied to on a continuous basis.
How have I been lied to?
To keep us fighting against each other over stupid stuff while they take control.
Yes. Right-wing corporatist media keeps us fighting over gender and immigrants and shit to keep you from joining with me to demand health care and education and workers' rights. You're exactly right. Thank you. So you're going to join leftist causes now.
You're not listening to me.
You're not listening to me. The right-wing corporatist media keeps you fighting with me over the dumbest shit like Hunter's gigantic schlong instead of joining with me to demand that your government give you health care, education, and provide you with good wages and worker protections.
So, first of all, the free health care thing, that's a joke. That is a joke. You probably would not want a doctor doing anything to you right now with the way our healthcare system is, because our healthcare system is so corrupt, it's worse than workman's comp. And if you've ever filed a workman's comp claim, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, you won't know. So the parameters when you get injured at work...
Brother, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So you don't think that our healthcare system has been capitalized and that they're actually doing things just to make money? They don't get...
Yeah, capitalism. Capitalism is bad. Yes, I am a leftist. I want to remove the capitalist incentive from our healthcare. Yes.
So if capitalism doesn't change, is it just your plan to just keep fighting it and try?
What do you think capitalism means?
To go to socialism because you don't like...
What do you think capitalism means?
You're moving the goalposts again. I'm asking you a question and you're asking me another question.
You're trying to talk about something I don't think you can define. Before you ask me about capitalism, what do you think capitalism means?
Why do I have to define a word for you?
Because if you're using the word, you should know what the fuck it means.
Oh my God. You're literally that's what I don't like, is that I'm trying to... Here's what I'll say. This is the end, because it's going nowhere. When I was a young kid in middle school...
So you can't define capitalism.
Hold on. When I was a young kid in middle school, they came out with a electronic voting booth. My teacher sat there and told me that this is the end of the United States. This is where you'll never have a fair election again, because you're putting...
Well, your teacher's fucking dumb.
You're making it available for people to manipulate it and hack it, because you're relying on a computer that there's no accountability. There's no accountability. You hand your ballot.
What does that mean?
Sign off for it, and they count your ballot. So they also sat there and...
Brother. Here's the thing. Once again, hold on.
Here. Can I finish my statement? Because
do you know who the...
This was the most important part. They also said that you'll be lied to and told that you're picking the lesser of two evils all your life, when you can clearly look at the ballot and see that there's 7, 8, 9, 10 names. And you can also fill in whoever you want to. So why is it that we have to conform to left or right? Why is it that you're trying to push a narrative towards this?
Brother, you're saying... I don't know that you can
divide people.
conform left or right. Why are you trying to divide people? I'm trying to get you to join with me and demand health care, education, infrastructure, roads and bridges and shit.
Want our government in control of our health care and our education?
No, government wouldn't be in control of health care. They would just be the insurance provider. And yes, I do want them in control. Medicare, wildly more popular than private insurance.
So if you go right now, do you have your own private health insurance?
No.
You don't? Good for you.
No, that's not a good thing. I don't have any health insurance, dude. I'm a small business owner.
Okay, so do you realize if you drop something on your foot and fracture your foot,
I'm fucked.
Do you know how much? Do you know how much? No, you're not. Come on, buddy. Come on, because I just went through this. Do you know how much money that you would spend if you had your own insurance? How much you would have spent for your fractured foot, counting all the premium costs and everything else? And
well, it depends. Like, do I have 80/20? Do I have 30/70? What is my deductible? There's a lot of factors that go into that. I think you're really dumb.
There's a lot of money that goes out the window to pay people that sit in office.
Yes, man, I'm against that. I am against the middleman in insurance. That's why I want a universal system like every other country has. I want an NHS, which produces much better results for far cheaper prices. Multiple studies have been done that show that Medicare for all would save this country so much money.
If half the people that had issues and problems with free healthcare, if they just ate a little better, got a good night's sleep, they'd actually realize that they don't need to go to the doctor.
So it's a personal issue. It's not a system-wide failing. What about a kid that has cancer?
That's an unfortunate situation.
He should have just ate better, right? You're dumb, dude. You're dumb.
I don't think that we should treat our child like a guinea pig and start testing them with all this radiation and everything else that they do to them. I think that's wrong.
So you just let him die of cancer instead of treating him with the known cure.
Do you believe in God? Or do you like to play God? Do you think that...
The fuck does that mean, dude?
You don't know what that means, to play God? It's just like the people that are born with male genitalia and...
Yeah, brother, I don't know what the fuck you're on about. You sound fucking crazy. I want children to have access to radiation treatment so they don't die of brain tumors, and you're telling me I'm playing God.
You have...
Right-wingers dumbfound me, dude.
Right-wingers dumb... Christians probably dumbfound you, too, because of the times that they won't go to a doctor and they bring their sick child to the priest and...
Brother, I know plenty of Christians and they go to doctors, and Christians don't go to priests. That's Catholics.
But so do you know people that don't?
The fuck are you talking about?
Do you think those people's children should be taken away from them because they have religious beliefs and they don't believe in Western?
Yes, if they denied their child life-saving care. We just had this story a couple years ago where they were like the Christian Scientologists or whatever, and they wouldn't take their kid, and the kid ended up dying. Yes, they should be prosecuted the full extent of the law.
That's their child. That's their beliefs.
Oh, they're allowed to kill their child because they had stupid beliefs.
No, they didn't allow. They didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Allowed to kill their child. Their child
yeah, they were.
died from a disease.
Because they had stupid beliefs.
An illness, and they didn't want to put a bunch of drugs and poisons and chemicals into their kid.
You're saying poisons, but it was literally the thing that would have treated the child. You sound fucking stupid, dude.
Do you think there's side effects for Tylenol?
I mean, there's side effects for everything, but they're very minimal for Tylenol. I get it mixed up. My gal corrects me all the time. I get ibuprofen and aspirin mixed up. I don't know which one's which. One has a different effect because one has caffeine, the other one, I fucking don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't think you're very informed on anything, man. I think you have a lot of strong opinions.
You're entitled to your own opinion, and the only
okay, what have I had an opinion about that's been wrong?
That I'm not very well informed.
Oh no, I'm correct on that opinion.
Prove it.
I just did the whole Biden with.
Because I don't want to answer your questions. You don't want to answer questions that I say.
No, I proved it with the whole Biden and Zelensky and Ukraine thing. You didn't know what you were talking about.
You believe what you saw on TV, and I believe what I saw on TV because
No. I didn't believe what I saw on TV.
Articles and look up two different things.
No.
Take a step back out of your echo chamber, and you.
I'm not in an echo chamber, dude. You are.
Both sides are. Well, my echo chamber tells me that both.
Brother, you're telling me both sides are evil. I'm a leftist. We are the people trying to join together to get health care, education, workers' rights. How is that evil?
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Like, you are brainwashed by right-wing media.
I don't even really watch right-wing media.
I don't believe you. You're watching stupid fucking podcasts that all fucking lean right, aren't you?
See, again,
you're consuming some Sneeko or Joe Rogan or whatever the fuck that shit is.
This is the only reason why I tried calling in here to talk to you about it, is to try to point out to you that you're assuming what people know, that what you're watching is the same thing that we're watching.
Brother, I'm not...
Turn us against each other. And
okay,
we as a people are stronger together if we're...
You're describing leftism. When you say we the people are stronger together, you're describing leftism.
That's describing my point of view. That's not describing...
Then you're
the one that's categorizing everything, and that's what I'm trying to help you understand, is to stop categorizing things and putting people in a little box and saying...
Am I doing that?
You're telling me that I only listen to right-wing media. How is that not categorizing me?
I assume you listen to right-wing media because you had no idea what you were talking about when it comes... Brother, stop talking over me.
Again, your opinion, you're telling me that I don't...
It's not my opinion. You were wrong. You were wrong about why Trump was impeached the first time. You said it was over Russian collusion. It wasn't.
And I was wrong based on what you saw on TV.
No, not based on what I saw on TV, based on the facts.
Based on what you saw on TV and the articles that you read, the people that you talk to.
I watched the impeachment hearings, man. On stream, there's literally video of me watching the impeachment hearings, so I know what they were about. You clearly didn't. You were wrong, and you can't admit that.
No, I actually did watch the impeachment hearings, and I've watched...
Then how did you didn't know what it was about? You said he was impeached over Russia. It was not Russia.
How many times was President Trump impeached in his first term?
Twice.
Or tried to be impeached?
Twice.
How many times did they try to
He was impeached twice. He wasn't
How many times
convicted.
did they try to impeach him?
He was not tried. He was impeached twice.
Right. That's not the question. The question is, how many times did they try to?
Twice.
How many times did they file and try to impeach him?
They held the proceedings twice. There were motions to impeach him. God, probably 50 times.
So 50 motions to impeach him.
Yeah.
So, but you're saying that they only tried twice. You see what I'm saying? They only tried twice, but
they brought it to the floor
that doesn't make
twice.
sense. Wouldn't they have done it 50 times?
No.
So, just I pray for you.
See, once again, you don't know how anything works, my man. I'm telling you that individuals filed articles of impeachment, but only twice did that come out of committee and make it to the House floor. You don't know how anything works.
It's not always the lesser of two evils. It's not always a...
Brother, you're dumb, man. I'm sorry, you're dumb.
We live in a corrupt system.
We live in a corrupt system because you keep voting for corrupt politicians like the pedo convicted felon.
Who did I vote for last year?
I don't know.
Tell me who I voted for. Tell me who I voted for.
I have no idea who you voted for.
You're telling me I keep voting for corrupt politicians. Tell me how many times I voted in my lifetime.
Oh, so you don't vote?
You're making false statements. No, I have.
Am I?
You're making. You said that I keep putting politicians.
Who did you vote for last year then?
Voting the wrong way.
Who did you vote for last?
False statements.
Who'd you vote for in 2000 or in 2024?
2024, I didn't vote for anybody.
Okay, who'd you vote for in 2000? Or I mean in 2020?
In 2020, I voted third party.
Okay. There wasn't a third party in 2020.
I used to be registered as an independent voter. But in Florida, you have to vote independent if you want to be an independent. If I vote Republican or Democrat, it doesn't count because
Okay,
I'm not
whatever.
registered as a Republican or Democrat. That's the way.
Well, I'm sorry I accused you of voting for corrupt politicians. You're still not very informed.
So again, you're making false statements about me. And
What false
assuming
statement did I
did
make?
Based on what I'm telling you.
What false statement did I make?
I just told you. You just sat there and said that I voted for corrupt politicians. You're assuming that I voted for Trump. Yeah,
No, I didn't assume that.
You're telling
Did
me
you
I'm a
did,
right winger.
did you vote for Bush? You are a right winger.
You're telling me that. No, I'm not.
Yes, you
No,
are.
I'm not.
Brother, what do you think the right means?
Again, how can you tell me I'm a right winger when I don't agree with the policies and some of the things that they put in place?
I don't think you know the difference between left and right. Can you define those for me? Can you define what do you think right wing and left wing means?
So if I was a left winger, I would agree with everything that they say on the left, and I would vote always left. If I was a right winger,
So what is it that the left agrees with? What makes you a left winger?
no matter what they did wrong, I'm going to defend them because that's my party.
You don't know what left and right means, do you? We're not talking about parties.
Bills fan or a Giants fan. You're either one or the other. You can't be both.
Brother, you do not know what you are talking about.
You can't even give a compliment to another player because he's a player. You're just going to insult him because he's on a different team. It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't.
Bro.
Everybody's not in a box. Everybody's not in a box. And it's, in my opinion, it's wrong of you to continuously put people in a box.
What box have I put you
Or
in?
you put me in a right-wing box. You told me that I was
Because you keep spouting right-wing propaganda at me. You keep telling me Russian collusion and Hunter Biden's laptop. That is literally right-wing positions you're coming at me with. So I am correctly referring to you as a right-winger.
So only right-wing people have that point of view? There's no independent people can't.
Yeah,
have that
because-
point of view? And if you have that point of view, you're now considered a right-wing person?
Brother, what point of view? That you were wrong about why Trump got...
Did Hunter Biden smoke crack? If you believe that Hunter Biden smoked crack, then you're a right-winger.
I believe that Hunter Biden smoked crack. No, if you believe that there is something I should care about on Hunter Biden's laptop and that it's an issue we should still be talking about, you're a right-winger. Because why should I care about Hunter Biden's laptop?
That's exactly why I was calling in, is to simply try to ask you to please have an open mind and not put people in a box when they don't belong in a box and they don't feel like they belong in a box and they don't want to be in a box.
How have I not had an open mind?
One point of view.
So you're telling me the same thing every dumb fuck right-winger tells me, but I'm not supposed to call you a dumb fuck
Now you go to
right-winger.
insulting people because of their political views.
I don't, brother, I don't think you're smart enough to have political views, to be honest with you.
You know why people insult other people? Because they're not intelligent.
I don't think you're
I'm
intelligent.
here to insult you. And you're entitled to your own opinion. Good for you.
But I think you've proven it.
That doesn't win you a prize. Because you think that you proved that I'm a right-winger, and good for you.
Everything you've said has been like right-wing propaganda.
And I can say,
so how should I take that?
Everything you say is left-wing propaganda.
What did I say that was left-wing propaganda?
That Trump is a rapist and that he's a pedophile.
That's not left-wing propaganda. That was proven in a court of law.
You won't find a single person on the right to say that.
Trump is a rapist. That was proven in a court of law.
No, that's a left-wing propaganda. It's not true.
No. That was proven in a court of law.
Defense. I'm saying that with sarcasm and because that's your defense.
Well, you're basically proving me right that you took a provable empirical fact and said that right-wingers won't believe it and that left-wingers will.
I would prove you right because I'm trying to explain to you that you're in an echo chamber as well.
But I'm not in an echo chamber. You're in an echo chamber, for sure.
Do you consider yourself a leftist?
I am a leftist. I can define leftist and tell you what leftists believe. You can't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you a real question. Can you define the most hated word in this country that white people are afraid to say, but black people say every day? Can you define that word? Can you give a true definition of that word? Can you give a true definition of that word?
Brother, there's videos of me saying that word all over the internet. What's your issue?
You don't have to. I'm not asking you to. I'm just asking you to give the true definition of it.
It's a slanderous term that white people used to use towards black people.
No, that's not the true definition. That was never found in a Webster's dictionary. That's not how Webster's dictionary or any other dictionary ever defined it. Maybe Wikipedia.
You just racist to want to say the N-word is what we're getting at here, right?
No, I have no.
Okay, so what's your point, man?
My point is, take some time, educate your viewers, actually look.
Brother, you're the one not educated here.
And realize that your definitions that you're using are propaganda bullshit because you just said it's a white person degrading a black person. That has nothing to do with the word. It was never defined in the dictionary as that. It doesn't matter how people use it. That's not what the definition is of the word. And when people misuse the word, you get what we have here today. And what we're arguing about is stupid.
Brother, I think the word only existed in that context. Brother, you're the one dividing us. You understand that, right? You are an incredibly emotional person operating on feelings when you have no idea. You don't know how this government works. You aren't informed on simple facts.
Back to insulting.
I'm not insulting you. I'm stating a fact, man.
You're trying to diminish me. You're trying to degrade me, and you're going to insult me based on your opinions and what.
Not an opinion. Once again, can you define capitalism? Can you define capitalism?
I will define capitalism, and I will call you back up and give you the dictionary of it if you actually posted the definition of the word that we were speaking of. And actually,
well, I don't understand why the point. Means. What is the point? I'm gonna look this up.
To prove to you that over time they change definitions, they change narratives, and they always lie to us.
According to Oxford Dictionary,
and they keep hating each other.
According to Oxford Dictionary, the definition of the word that you were just using is a contemptuous term for a black or dark-skinned person.
Oxford. Okay, go to the beginning of the dictionary. When was it? What's the copyright date on it?
Brother, what the fuck? All right, they have told me to hang up on you like 3 or 4 different times, and I've ignored it because I've been enjoying this. But like, you are really dumb, man. You don't know anything.
Again, back with the insulting.
I'm not insulting you, man. It's once again, I wouldn't talk about football.
Am I calling you a fucking asshole? Am I calling you a faggot?
Well, I am a fucking asshole. That's true.
Kids and probably watches child pornography on a day-to-day basis. Am I doing that to you? I can't prove any of those things.
I'm calling you dumb because you are dumb, and you proved you are.
You're a fucking idiot for simply not listening to another person's side.
I listened to you, and man, you were wrong.
And instead of
caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
My brother.
My brother.
I just want to get off subject. That was very entertaining, by the way. I would like to melt your brain, man. Check this out.
Please, please melt my brain. I'd love it.
Give me just a minute of leeway, and then I'll shut up and let you say anything you want, all right? Agreed?
I'll let you talk unimpeded, and I'm going to hit this bong. How about that?
Dude, I just hit one. Awesome. All right, check it out, dude. The guy that got shot yesterday in Minnesota, right? This is where I'm going to start. The guy that got shot in Minnesota, okay? I am of the opinion that he is A, still alive, and B, was himself an agent of the government. Here's my thinking on this. I am from the South. I am retired military. I have had extensive training in firearms. Extensive. There is no way.
Thank you for your service, sir. I'm also from the South. Love a sweet tea.
North Carolina, go. Woo. Anyways,
I spend a lot of time in North Carolina, man. I love it. Asheville, I'm over there all the time.
Oh, nice. I love Asheville. It's great, dude. But check it out. Here's my reasoning behind what I just said. As a person that is knowledgeable in firearms and different scenario situations, no law enforcement officer, whether it's local or county, a state, federal, no law enforcement officer will draw their gun and shoot into concrete or asphalt pavement with 8, 7, 8, I didn't really get the good count, but however many other officers were standing around him at that range. Now,
okay, I have a counter to that.
Hold on. In one of the versions of the video, we see another agent taking what appeared to be a pistol, very grainy, I couldn't really see, appeared to take a pistol and run off. Okay, so I think that pistol was a fake, okay, and that ICE agent was firing blanks into the ground, okay, and then they all stepped back and somebody popped off a couple of more, okay, and when they came and got the body, they took him away to some safe location. Now, the reason for this is for the optics, for the people that were standing around with their videos on the phones, for, you know, lamestream media, for whoever cared to watch. It would look like another situation where we may have had a Rodney King, in which case that would set all the protesters off and all the Antifa and everybody that's disgruntled, and they would do some stupid stuff so that Donald Trump could then impose the Insurrection Act because of the Somali fraud and the far-reaching implications that has at the moment. Go. Your turn.
Okay, the first thing I'd say is I would agree with you that properly trained agents would not do that. They would know about the risk to themselves and their other agents if they fired into concrete like that. You are absolutely correct. My counter to that is that ICE agents aren't properly trained. They're going through like a 5-week training course, and apparently some of them can't even write a complete sentence. So I think what we saw was indeed the actions of just complete, total imbeciles that aren't properly trained.
Okay, I can kind of go with that. I see that point of view, and it's valid. When you look up at the makeup of who these guys are, a lot of them come from law enforcement already, military backgrounds, some other backgrounds.
Are you talking about ICE? Because I believe that that's not true.
ICE, a lot of those guys come from the military, and they switch out of local, state, county police and go into federal, and the like. There is.
I think you're wrong on that one. I think we've seen numbers to support that's not true at all.
I have firsthand information on that, dude, and I'm not going to go into my background because that's not what we're talking about. But
fair enough.
You know what I mean? But the other thing that I don't think people.
Or I could believe that there's a lot of people in ICE that were like dishonorably discharged or something, and that's what we mean by military background.
With a dishonorable discharge, a bad conduct discharge, or an other than honorable discharge, you are not allowed to go into any federal job. You cannot have.
ICE is hiring anybody.
That's law. No, nobody. If it's a federal job, you cannot obtain that federal job if you.
Under normal circumstances, I think you're wrong about that.
No, it's true, dude. You got look.
Under normal circumstances, I don't think that's for ICE under Trump.
The code of military conduct and justice, dude. You got to look it up.
But hold on. Like I'm saying, you're correct on that. Hold on, you're correct on that point. But I'm saying that Trump isn't enforcing that because we just did a story where a journalist shouldn't have been able to pass a background check. They didn't even run a background check on her, and they hired her.
Okay, I know nothing of that. I'll have to look into that.
That was on Democracy Now! Last week.
Yeah, Democracy Now! Dude, that's some like crazy lefty shit there, dude. That woman is insane. Anyways,
How is she insane, man? What you okay?
I digress.
You're saying hold on. Let me talk to you for a second here. Let me get a point across.
Off on the tangent, dude.
But you're saying hold on. This is I'm addressing your point. You're saying crazy lefty shit while telling me that there was some false flag and a dude's still alive that we all saw get murdered. Like, do you understand how I can look at you and be like crazy lefty shit?
Yeah, I totally do, and I agree that my opinion on this seems, crazy lefty, but
no, your opinion on it seems crazy right wing nut job.
Listen,
you seem like. Do you believe in chemtrails?
Listen, brother.
You believe in chemtrails, don't you?
Come on, man. Let me talk, dude. Why are you in
Okay.
Man? All right. So the difference between a theory and a conspiracy theory is that the theory has been proven correct. Okay? That's the difference. Now, if you want to look at the video again and see some things that like one thing major that I can point out to you that is not right about any of it is the fact that this cop already was drawing his gun while his buddies were tackling guy to the ground. Then they took a step back and didn't even flinch, never moved, not an inch, while he popped 4 shots into him. No law enforcement officer would do that. They would be like,
no, I think you're wrong on that. I think they scurried.
I guarantee it. Because you've got to understand that those law enforcement officers are going to know that he's shooting, first of all, and that he's shooting into concrete or pavement with a high probability of ricochet.
Well, they scurried like rats.
No,
I saw
not
it.
Not until after the shots were fired. He had fired 4 shots, and those other officers never moved. And then
I think here's the thing. I think the first pop that we hear isn't on camera, and I don't even know that that's a gunshot. It might have been a car backfiring or something, and I don't know this because I have not watched this on stream to break it down because I'm afraid of getting banned.
No, I understand. Yeah, the YouTube sucks, dude. They should.
It's not so much YouTube; it's Twitch.
Twitch. Yeah, free speech.
But I think the first pop we hear isn't a gunshot from anybody in the vicinity there, and then when we hear the gunshot from the agent, that's when they scurry.
Right. Yeah. I think you should watch the video and try and focus on the other officers. I mean, that's just my take. Now, look, does it sound crazy? Listen, man, the government has been proven to have done other crazy shit, even crazier than.
Oh God, yes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not a far reach for somebody that knows a little bit about tactics, has been trained.
Okay, but here's the thing is, Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is usually the best explanation. That's why I go back to, ICE agents being incompetent and willing to fire into concrete because they're stupid is a lot more likely than they've got some weird body double somewhere.
No, it's not a body double, but normally I would agree with you, but you're espousing that, the entirety, not the entirety, I take that back. The majority of the federal law enforcement, as it pertains to ICE, is woefully untrained and absolutely reckless. And
I think I've got proof of that.
Agree.
Well, no, the law enforcement. Hold on, man. Law enforcement in Portland, Maine. They arrested a deputy up there, citizen, 100%, and he was a deputy, and the cops in Maine are pissed. So I'm actually going to cite the chief of police in whatever the county is in Portland, Maine. He says ICE are acting recklessly and they're untrained, and they're doing shit like arresting lawful citizens who are also cops.
See, again, I have to call into question the source, and
the source is the chief of police in Do you want me to pull that up on screen for you?
No. I believe that the chief of police said that. I believe you 100%.
The Minnesota chief of police said that as well. The governor of Minnesota said it. And the AG of Minnesota.
Is about to go to jail, dude.
For what?
I don't want to get sidetracked. Let's just talk about the shooting. But
well, you're gonna say Somali fraud, right?
Listen, yes.
Man, you let a little dumbass YouTuber tell you what to think. Please don't do that.
No, I mean,
you did, man.
Left-leaning sources from left-leaning media.
Do you know who Amy Bach is?
People, yes, I do.
Okay, she was by prosecutors. Prosecutors said she was the ringleader.
But I don't want to get up onto this. The point.
Yeah, but that's what the prosecutor said in her trial, where they got seven guilty verdicts.
Right, but the point to it is there is a breakdown, okay, in the governmental structure in Minnesota. Okay.
Is there?
If you listen,
because of fraud that was prosecuted in 2022?
Listen, if you look at the Insurrection Act and read what it says, okay, you can see where the current administration may be gearing up to try and use that because of the breakdown in the government in Minnesota, the local government, state government in Minnesota, as well as civil disrest.
Okay, so if you're telling me that Donald Trump is trying to create civil disrest, then why are you pushing his narrative about Somali fraud that he's using as a pretext?
Well, because there is Somali fraud. First of all, it's been going on for years, and other organizations.
Well, it was prosecuted in 2022. Woman was convicted in 2023.
Yeah, okay, so this has been going on before that, and you know, for the last 7-8 years, lamestream media has reported on it. You know, and
brother, you're saying when you say lamestream media, like I see where you're getting your information from.
Yeah,
it's not reliable.
The alphabet media, dude. I don't watch the alphabet media. I don't even watch TV, to be perfectly honest with you.
Cool. I don't either.
And I got
so you don't know what's going on any of the media, but you're going to tell us, you know, that it's wrong.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm going to tell you I don't watch lamestream media, and I do follow.
Well, I'm going to tell you that the Minnesota Star Tribune has done a great job of reporting on all of this fraud that you're talking about, and you are 100% wrong.
No, I'm not wrong, dude.
But you are. Well, where are you getting your facts from?
Well, I use a wide range of independent,
such as
journalists.
That Nick Shelley is where you got your fucking information from.
Of political viewpoints. I'm not
Nick Shelley,
I'm not throw anybody out under the bus, okay? Because this is not what I came to talk about, bro.
No, because that's where it came from. That is where you got that information from, and it's wrong.
Okay.
Okay, I'm here to tell you I can name the court cases. I can tell you court transcripts. I have them here on my computer, and I can tell you exactly what happened, and the exact number was $250 million fraud, and it was prosecuted in 2022. Now, do you have something that I don't have to bring to the table, or did you just hear some hearsay on a YouTube video, and it got you worked up about something you don't actually understand?
No, I did not. But look, you're running away from the truth, and it shows, bro.
What truth am I running away from?
If you would open your eyes and see that even if it was just 100 or 220 million, as you say, that's 220 million too much.
Cool. Well, it's already been prosecuted, and she's been ordered to pay restitution. She's trying to get out of it, and I bet the Trump administration pardons her.
Yeah.
Do you know how much? Do you know how many people convicted of fraud that Trump has pardoned so far in his term?
No, I don't. I can't say that I do.
And we're talking like it totals something like $2 billion at this point.
Yeah.
That he has pardoned people. There was some crypto founder that he pardoned like last month, 2 months ago. Dude owes like fucking $900 million, never gonna have to pay it back. Because Trump pardoned him. So tell me how much you care about. Hey, do you know about Mississippi?
I do know a lot about Mississippi.
Do you know who the $1 Million Man is in WWE? Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, Ted, yeah.
The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Brett Favre had a multi-$100 million scheme to defraud the people of Mississippi.
Then they should go to fucking jail.
Well, yeah, but why are you in my chat talking about Somali fraud and not the fraud in Mississippi that's going on?
A guy getting shot.
Well, you mentioned the Somali fraud. You said that had something to do with this false flag, that Trump wanted to create a false flag and use it in the Somali fraud somehow.
Because there's so much out there, left, right, everything out there right now about the Somali fraud, okay, that he could try and
No, there are the facts that I gave you about Amy Bach and the prosecution of the Feeding Our Families fraud. There's that, and then there's a bunch of right-wingers saying dumb shit about, there's $2 billion worth of fraud in Minnesota. Those are two different things. One is facts and one is not.
Okay, well, only time will tell in court cases. Now, I've seen.
Well, I've got the court cases.
I've seen from live. There you go. There's the word live court cams of.
I've got the U.S. attorney right here.
Admitted.
Well, there was no court cams in any of these cases because they were federal cases, and cameras aren't allowed in the courtrooms. So please don't lie to me, man. Please don't lie to me.
Okay. All right, you're right. I guess I didn't see it. So we'll just have
you didn't
disagree about that.
There's no agree to disagree. You were just wrong. They were federal cases. Cameras aren't allowed in federal courtrooms.
Okay.
That's just a fact.
That's fine. That's fine. But the fact still remains is that
no, you can't lie and then say the fact still remains.
Sure, I can. It's, freedom of speech. Anyway, so the fact.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Something going on, and it's about to get bad, and it's.
What is going on? Please tell me what's going on.
The Insurrection Act, that's what's getting ready to go on.
Okay, so you agree with me that the Trump government is fascist?
No.
But yet he's trying to use the Insurrection Act for a fascist takeover?
No. I don't agree with that.
Elaborate.
I believe that by using the Insurrection Act, okay, he can bring order back to the streets of Minnesota until they get their shit together enough to vote like Americans, okay, and get people in there that is going to help them,
vote like Americans. Do you, brother? Do you realize that Minnesota ranks above like almost every red state in every category, and that Minneapolis specifically is one of the most successful cities we have in the country?
Successful at what?
Everything.
I was in Minneapolis.
What do you want to measure? Fucking life expectancy, education.
I was in Minneapolis 2 weeks ago.
Employment.
I saw people dying of drug overdoses everywhere I went on the streets, dude. And
brother, did you know drug overdoses plummeted under Biden?
No, they didn't. They plummeted.
Yes, they did.
Trump, though, when we started.
No, they didn't.
But see, this is all irrelevant, and that's what you guys.
But also, you guys.
You spin it off.
You guys are again. Okay.
Have to stay on the subject.
Do you know the reason why drug overdoses have plummeted?
Minneapolis, yeah, because he was blowing up boats and sent in the DEA.
No, it's because cops and EMTs carry Narcan now, and that's something Republicans oppose.
And he got rid of a dictator that was killing the people of Venezuela.
He's killing the people of Minnesota.
How is he killing the people of Minnesota?
They just executed a nurse on the streets of Minnesota yesterday.
Oh, we're back to the nurse. Okay, I was hoping we would get back to the nurse. The nurse was not executed.
But you just told me that a dictator was killing people in another country, and that was a reason to take him out.
No, he didn't kill. He didn't kill.
Trump is killed a nurse. Who, by the way, man, that nurse worked at the VA. He helped veterans. He was a patriot.
Okay, that doesn't.
Legal gun owner. How much more patriotic can you get?
See, and that's the thing, man. That's the thing. You've got to look at all of this stuff. How much is that going to piss off all the people that you probably yourself don't really agree with their tactics? And you know, I'll let you have that. But how is that going to piss them off to the point? Okay, so there's people on the left, right? And I'm hoping that you're not one of them. I'm thinking that you're more intelligent than that are into this whole violence, and it's got to be violent, and everything has got to be violent. Now you put out a story.
I think that is complete nonsense as someone who knows people on the left. I will once again put up the stats that the right commits the overwhelming majority of violence in this country.
Yeah, make sure you put in the George Floyd riots and the Summer of Love.
Okay. What happened in George Floyd? Give me a specific example of violence.
Okay, how about the taking over of a police station and looting it? How about
a right-wing group called the Boogaloo Boys was prosecuted for that?
How about
a right-wing group called the Boogaloo Boys was prosecuted for taking over the Minneapolis police precinct. Hey man.
Security guard that was just trying to do his job at a jewelry store. How about?
I think that was an unrelated burglary that wasn't part of the protest.
It was in the mid. Dude, you could see in the background a building on fire and people running around.
Bro, hold on. You're running away. You brought up the Minneapolis police precinct.
Let's get back to the shooting.
The Minneapolis police precinct.
Back to the original reason of the call.
But I told you to give me an example of left-wing violence, and you gave me an example of right-wing violence.
Okay, how about heaving? No, it's not right-wing violence because left-wing.
Yes, the Boogaloo Boys were prosecuted for the burning down of the Minneapolis police precinct in 2020.
No, I never saw that, so you'll have to send me.
Well, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean that's because they're serving time for it right now. Once again, I know about the court cases. I can give you court transcripts.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Okay.
Oh, I know I'm not wrong because I can prove everything I'm saying.
Well, okay, then post it up, dude. I'll watch it, and if I'm wrong, I'll say so. Okay, because that's just how I am, anyways. You know. But the fact still remains that with everything that's coming out about the guy that supposedly got shot, okay, he's worked at the VA. He was a nurse. He was a great guy, right? That only serves to stir up people with violent tendencies.
You mean facts? You mean the facts?
I'm not debating the fact that he worked at the VA.
Feds say far-right group coordinated attack on Minneapolis police precinct.
What do you say?
The far-right Boogaloo Boys were charged with burning down the Minneapolis police precinct in 2020.
What's your source?
The U.S. Attorney's Office.
Okay, I'll look it up.
For the District of Minnesota. The FBI brought charges against the far-right group, the Boogaloo Boys.
Listen, if I'm wrong, I'll say so.
You were wrong. Say it.
Okay,
say it, bitch. You were wrong.
Say it. I'll have to look it up, do my due diligence, and if I am found to be wrong, I will say.
Why didn't you do your due diligence before you made the claim?
The point still remains.
The point is still that you were wrong.
It was not Proud Boys or Boogaloo, whatever. I don't know.
Yes, because you watch right-wing media that lies to you.
No, I was watching a live stream of somebody on their phone, as a matter of fact. But the fact still...
Who was probably some dipshit right-winger that was lying to you. It was BG on the scene. Some dumbass like that.
Is that you're trying so desperately to get away from is that the better they make this guy look, okay, the more heartfelt they make his
Who's
death.
they?
They would be the ones that are trying to get the Insurrection Act going.
Trump is wanting to use the Insurrection Act. He is itching. That's why he sent ICE into these cities.
Okay, can you let me finish a statement before you keep chiming in, dude? Come on.
But you're talking about people that are wanting the Insurrection Act. It's literally Trump is wanting to invoke the Insurrection Act to stop us from having elections later this year.
Okay, and so you think that a false flag might have something to do with that? Is it that far of a stretch?
Well, if anybody did a false flag, it was Trump then.
Could be, but we have to wait and
It's not could be. If I accept your narrative the way you described it to me, then it would be ICE agents that conducted the false flag. So Trump is wanting to use a false flag to invoke the Insurrection Act, and you're cheering it on. You seem like a useful idiot. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, though. You're trying to spin my words, and that's absolutely not what I'm saying. Okay, there's bad actors everywhere, right, left, middle, up, down. Doesn't matter where. There
Trump.
are bad actors. Okay,
Well, Trump's the one with the power.
And like you could continue to interrupt, but you know it's going to get us nowhere. We'll never find.
Well, you're like, there's people with power, up, right, left, down. I'm like, no, there's Trump. He's the one that's in power right
I
now.
said bad actors.
We're specifically dealing with that.
I said bad actors, not power. Okay, so Trump recently said that he was considering using the Insurrection Act. Okay, so some bad actor somewhere in government, in the ICE, the Department of ICE, whatever, this federal bureau, the federal agency. Okay,
You don't even know the agency, dude.
it's ICE, dude, and I don't have my teeth in them.
Well, it's under DHS.
Yeah, it is, and I'm trying to do the best I can.
But you didn't know that.
Yes, I do. Yeah, yes, I definitely do.
When was DHS invented?
Look,
When was DHS founded?
You're trying to spin off of the subject, and I'm not going to let you.
I'm trying to prove you don't know what you're talking about, actually.
When DHS is, so, well, why don't you stop trying to prove that I'm wrong and don't know what I'm talking about, and have civil discourse about what I'm actually trying to talk about?
Well, I am talking to you, am I not?
Okay, well then let's get back to this shooting then.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very possible that bad actors, in the immigration enforcement, right, or even the FBI or CIA or DOJ, because it's real easy for them to cross-dress. Let's remember that, okay? Real easy for them to do that. Went down there for the explicit reason, okay, with this guy and shot him in full view of everybody to cause a red flag to go up, and everybody with the violent tendencies that are out there protesting, mostly peacefully, I'll give you that, to do
all the way peacefully. I've seen no violence that didn't come from the state.
Yeah, I saw some. It was my.
No, you didn't.
You know, still. Yes, I did. I watched a girl get taken down for spitting in the face of an ICE agent.
Oh, she spit in the face of an ICE agent. He probably did something to deserve it.
No, he was just standing there. The girl walked by, spit, and you can hear the cops.
Brother, I don't believe that he was just standing there. You saw the video of the guy that got shot, right? It started with a woman getting pushed down by an ICE agent.
Yes, I saw that.
That woman did nothing to get pushed by that ICE agent. That was completely unprovoked. Because that's just the way the ICE agents are acting on the street.
You can't definitively say that because you're taking...
I can, because I've seen the whole video.
No, you saw the whole video from where it started. You can't say that you saw everything that happened there. And you're making a judgment.
Well, once again, I'm going by also what the chief of police in Minneapolis said, the chief of police in Portland, Maine. Like, there has been a pattern of, and we've watched body cam footage of ICE agents be arrested and them act like they're above the law. One got arrested for child molestation, man, and tried to get it out of it. He was like, I'm one of you guys. Are you like, dude?
Oh, I saw that. I saw that clip too. That motherfucker should be under the jail with Bubba. That's what I.
Well, that's the kind of that is what Trump is fostering.
I watched a report of a teacher, a female teacher, go to jail for 30 years for sexually abusing 12-year-old boys.
Okay, what are you gonna do about Trump then?
So, well, when I see evidence, hard evidence, then I'll make that determination.
Well, would you like me to show you the civil case from 2016? Would you like me to show you all the creepy things he said about kids? Would you like me to show you the rape case where he was adjudicated to be a rapist?
See, that's a civil case, okay? And the rape part.
Okay, and?
He was
No, it was rape.
Convicted of rape. He was never convicted.
Well, no, hold on. I'm going to have to explain this to you because, like, once again, it's a little tricky. Donald Trump was adjudicated, found liable for having penetrated E. Jean Carroll with his finger. Under New York law, it is not rape to penetrate somebody with your finger, but under federal law and normal parlance, that is. Hold on, man. Brother, will you please let me explain it? And why are you so quick to defend this disgusting pedophile?
Look, I don't like him any more than anybody else does.
It seems like you do. But he was found to have penetrated E. Jean Carroll with his finger. Now, you and I know that is rape, but it's not rape under New York law. Okay? So that's where that confusion comes in. Penetrating somebody with your finger is rape, but it's not rape under the literal definition of New York law.
He was not criminally convicted of rape.
He wasn't criminally convicted, no. But, I mean, a civil case, while having a lower burden of proof, it's still an adjudication.
We have found common ground. Yay.
Well, I mean, it's just facts, man. You're saying common ground, but I'm just like, facts. But, like, I have thrown so many facts at you that you can't accept.
What?
The right wing commits the vast majority of the violence in this country. Can you accept that?
No, because they don't.
Because they do. Here, once again, I'm going to put it up on screen. Here is the prosecution project. Their breakdown since 1990. The vast majority of violence in this country committed by the right.
Okay.
Let me go get the ADL. The ADL says the vast majority of violence.
But again, you keep spinning from what I'm trying to talk about, and you keep wanting to talk.
I keep trying to get you to confront facts, and you can't do it. The Boogaloo Boys were prosecuted for burning down the Minneapolis police precinct.
Did they do it alone?
It was the Boogaloo Boys. They were the ones prosecuted for it.
Did they do it alone, though?
I don't know what that means. That's the group that was prosecuted for it.
Okay.
Go read the court transcripts. Like, you don't even... Brother.
Did you watch any of the footage from that night?
Brother, I have the court transcripts.
Great, but did you watch any of the footage? Did you see what happened?
Okay, you understand that you have a bias, right? That you think left-wingers are violent. So when you watch this footage, your unconscious biases tell you that it's left-wingers committing violence. But I've got court documents that shows you the opposite. I've got multiple sources that say that the right commits the vast majority of violence in this country.
I can accept that.
But you don't have sources that tell you that the left commits the majority of violence in this country, because it's not true. You just feel it. It's your feelings.
It's the Department of Justice, dude.
The Department of Justice says the right wing commits... Hold on, I'm going to put it up on screen again. The U.S. Department of Justice says the right commits the vast majority of violence in this country.
No, they don't.
U.S. Justice Department removes study finding far-right extremists commit far more violence. Report finding right-wing extremists have killed more Americans than other domestic terrorist groups vanished from the DOJ website following the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I don't believe that you're looking at the right page, but okay.
I believe you're an idiot.
For now, I will accept that and go do.
For now, I have destroyed you with facts, my friend.
No, what you've done was spin off of the original topic. That's all.
You keep wanting to say that like this was some false flag, and I keep trying to get you to understand if it's a false flag, then Trump did it.
No, that's not true.
Then who could have done it? Who would have had the reason to do it then?
The people in that department, the CIA,
acting on behalf of Trump.
You're going to say, no, not on behalf of Trump. Because
Trump runs the CIA. Trump runs the FBI. Trump runs ICE.
No. Yeah, he has a little bit better control over the FBI right now. I'll give you that, Cash.
No, he has complete control over the FBI.
No, he doesn't. That's why Dan Bongino.
Yes, he does.
That's why Dan Bongino.
No, Dan Bongino quit because he's a goddamn grifter and wanted to go back to making millions of dollars off of stupid people like you. Because he tells you what you want to hear and confirms your biases.
No.
Yes. Why, Dan Bongino making a fool of himself. Where's your Epstein files now? It's all he talked about on his show.
Nah, that's absolutely wrong. What happened to Dan and why he quit was he found out too much, and if he started doing anything about it, they would have busted the cap in his ass.
You're an idiot, man. You really are. You are a gullible son of a bitch. I am so sorry for you.
Really,
how do you function in the real world?
You think it's beyond these agencies to do that shit, dude? You think it's beyond them?
No, I think it's obvious that Dan Bongino was a grifter and he didn't like doing actual work and wanted to go back to his cushy job as a podcaster, making millions of dollars.
You're brainwashed, bro. Okay, because if he was...
I don't listen to Dan Bongino.
If he was... I don't either, but if he was such a grifter, why did he take the job in the first place? He would have just stayed...
Because he wanted to be a part of the Trump administration. He clearly didn't like it. That's why he quit so fast.
Yeah, I clearly didn't like it. Because he found out a little bit too much. He went digging a little bit...
What do you mean he found out too much? He went on Fox News and said Epstein killed himself. Do you believe him? That didn't ruin his credibility?
I believe he said that to save his own life.
From who? From Trump?
And let me tell you something. If
from who? From Trump?
Epstein and those...
Brother, who is he saving his life from? Trump?
No, man. The bad...
How? You're telling me the deputy director of the FBI was scared of somebody ending his life that wasn't Trump? Yeah. Who has more power?
Well, that's questionable at this point. Because I don't think either one of those agencies, FBI, CIA, and now, excuse me, and now ICE as well. I don't think that they are being controlled by anybody outside of their own agency. Okay, as far as Trump goes, in those terms, they are being controlled, but not by the Trump administration.
How? These are all Trump appointees, all marching in lockstep, telling you the same shit. What are you talking about?
See, you still don't think that these agencies can't work independently of the president to pull some dirty stuff.
On behalf of who?
Seriously?
On behalf of whom?
Is that what you're trying to say, bro?
On behalf of whom?
Wait. You trust these agencies so much, and
no
agencies so much.
No,
you don't think that they would throw a false flag and pretend to shoot somebody so that Donald Trump would pull some stuff so that they could get Donald Trump out of office? Are you kidding me right now? That's
No, I think they're doing it on behalf of Trump because Trump is evil and doesn't want to leave office and wants to use the Insurrection Act as a means to make himself a dictator, and that you're a useful idiot for his cause.
okay. And when I see evidence of that, I will speak out on that too.
It's all around you, brother. Like, what in the fuck? Wake up.
I'm not seeing the
I'm
evidence.
trying to reason with you. So you're telling me that there was a false flag committed by the FBI and the CIA for whom? If it wasn't for the benefit of Donald Trump, then for the benefit of whom?
That's a whole nother can of worms that I don't really want to get into. Right.
No, that is central. That is the crux of your argument.
The crux of my argument is that it was a false flag, and it was designed by people in federal law enforcement agencies, i.e., the FBI, CIA.
Federal law enforcement agencies love Trump. They are very pro-Trump.
That's not true, dude.
That is absolutely true.
No, dude, that is not true.
That's why all the police unions endorse Trump. All the cops are pro-Trump. Like, what are you talking about?
That's state and local. Okay, that's not federal. All right, so all that stuff that he was talking during Obama, all that stuff he was talking during his own administration, all that stuff he was talking about when Biden was in office, you don't think that ruffled a few feathers?
What stuff that he was talking about? Being an idiot?
He was talking all that smack about the FBI and the CIA and the DOJ and how corrupt, and they think they have,
Well, yeah, because they opened an investigation into him because he was willing to accept Russian money and information.
Prove it.
Well, it was proven.
There's
yeah,
no
there
proof
is.
of Russian money, and there's no proof of.
Oh my God, man! Give me 1 second. Now I'm gonna put it up on the screen again. We're gonna have to keep doing this.
See, now
shit.
you want to go back to Russia? Okay.
Well, you're the one that brought it up. Okay, here we go.
No, you.
So
fuck Russia. I don't give a damn about Russia.
Russia's two principal interference operations in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, the social media campaign, and the hacking and dumping operations violated U.S. criminal law. Numerous links between individuals with ties to the Russian government and individuals associated with the Trump campaign. The evidence was not sufficient to support criminal charges, but it details all the different connections, which was over 100. The investigation established that several individuals affiliated with Trump lied to the office.
So basically, what you just said is they had no evidence of it, so he must be guilty.
No.
That's what you just said. That's exactly.
No, I said they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough. They didn't have enough to bring criminal charges because the campaign lied to them, and they couldn't investigate. Brother, you have no idea what you're talking about. Robert Mueller explained this in front of Congress, that he had a very narrow scope, that he was not allowed to investigate them lying to him. And he urged Congress to look into it further.
And they did. They tried to impeach him, and it didn't work.
They did impeach him twice.
They tried, but he never came out. They never.
No, if you get the majority of votes in the House, you've been impeached. If you get the majority of votes in the Senate in favor, then you have been convicted. They impeached him twice. Brother, like, you people don't know how anything works.
And went nowhere because they had no.
You guys, we have a fucking mountain of evidence.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is, man.
No, there's not.
You're so you're uninformed, and they take advantage of your ignorance. It's sad.
And you're still getting off the point. See, because obviously you don't believe that a government agency can pull some stuff like this and get away with it.
No, I am telling you that if they pulled what you're saying, then it was Trump that did it, and they did it on behalf of Trump. And for some reason, you find this incomprehensible.
No, it's not incomprehensible. I don't find that incomprehensible at all, because I don't give anybody
It's the only way it could happen.
that lack of credit. That's not the only way that it can happen. And
Yeah, it is.
you believe that is incomprehensible.
So who are they doing? If they did a false flag and it wasn't to benefit Trump, who is it for the benefit of?
For whoever would benefit from chaos in the federal government and
That's Trump.
ousting.
He's robbing us blind right now.
Right. They're trying to get Trump out of office is what they're trying to do. That's why they're
Who is?
like that in Minneapolis.
Who is trying to get Trump out of office?
Why do I got to keep telling you, dude? It's the FBI, it's the CIA, it's people.
The FBI and the CIA work for Trump.
No. No, they don't, man. And the fact that you actually believe
Then who do they work for?
the lack of your intelligence. Do your due diligence, bro.
Who do they work for, man?
If I knew exactly who they worked for, they'd have me dead in the street too.
Oh, so it's some fucking lizard people cabal bullshit, man. You're an idiot.
No, I didn't say anything about lizard people or anything like that.
Well, then who is it then?
The benefit would go to the people, okay, that would benefit from the overthrow of the United States. And that's their end goal.
Well, right now we know for a fact that
not to exist.
We know for a fact that multiple billionaires are trying to have a constitutional convention right now to rewrite our constitution and take away our rights as citizens. And they're the same billionaires that support Trump, so sit on that one.
We've been trying to have a constitutional convention for a very, very long time, but we can't get the rest of the
Well, who's
states to
we?
vote for it. We the people?
No, multiple states have signed on to this because it's mainly red states because these crazy billionaires are wanting to rewrite the Constitution. You can look it up, and these are the same billionaires that support Trump.
Okay, billionaire or not, you have to have a certain number of states to come to the convention, to sign on, to have that convention and rehash the Constitution.
Okay, cool.
The fact of the matter is that not enough states have signed on to that. Once those states
That's true.
come around and sign on to that, then we can talk about changes to the Constitution.
We're not going to talk about changes to the Constitution. If they get the power, they're going to strip us of our democracy.
No, well, first of all,
these are the billionaires that support Trump. Okay, you're an idiot. First of all, you're an idiot.
What do we live in?
We live in a democratic republic that's in the Library of Congress. I'll explain to you how it works. A republic is our form of government. Democracy is our form of vote. We are a democracy. You're a dumbass if you think we're not.
No, we're not. We're not a democracy.
We're not a direct democracy is what you mean. We are a democracy. You're proving how stupid you are.
The only part of
We're not a direct democracy is what you mean.
Is at the state level. That's the
We're not a direct democracy is what you mean. We are a democracy.
That's not what I mean at all.
If you're saying we're not a democracy, you're fucking stupid.
We are a republic. Okay?
Yes, who elects our representatives by democratic vote. We're a democracy.
Each state has the right to
elects our representatives by democratic vote. Therefore, we are a democratic republic. We are a democracy. You're an idiot.
No, we're not a democracy. We are a republic. We have a Congress.
We are a republic that elects our representatives via democratic vote. We are a democratic republic. I cannot say this enough times to you. Republic is shut this. God damn it, dude. Shut up. Republic is our type of government. Democratic vote is how we elect our representatives. We are both a democracy and a republic. I am not wrong.
In the state. They do that in the state, at the state level.
Do you know what democracy means?
Yeah, it's akin to a dictatorship. It means 51 versus 41. That's democracy.
That is the opposite of a dictatorship, you dumb son of a bitch.
So as long as I get 51%, 49% can suck my dick.
What does that mean? Okay, would you rather have a king, you stupid shit?
Pretty clear to me.
Apparently you do, because you're trying to cheer on Trump bringing on a dictatorship.
1% always right just because they voted for it?
No.
Well, there you go. That's nearly a dictatorship. Listen.
No. That is not what dictatorship means, you stupid shit.
In Venezuela, okay, all the people voted, okay? They all voted in a direct democracy. They don't have a republic. It's just a direct democracy, okay? And
it's not a direct democracy either.
And then they go, all right, now you're...
They have a representative democracy too.
Now you're back.
You don't know what a direct democracy is.
That's 51% versus 49%. That's democracy.
No. No, a direct democracy would mean that you and I all go to the same place and vote for each issue.
Well, you go to...
Brother, you're stupid.
Ballot box in your area.
No. If you go to the ballot box and elect a representative, that's a republic by democratic vote.
Direct democracy, you don't...
A direct democracy would mean that we all vote on each issue, that you and I vote on, like impeaching Donald Trump.
You're right. Okay, so direct democracy does not mean...
You are dumb. Do not tell me what direct democracy means, because you don't know what it means.
Well, dude, so you're not giving me a retort? Really? Is that how weak your argument is?
What do you mean? I explained what direct democracy meant, and you didn't understand it.
No, you don't understand it, dude. We have a representative government that is absolutely opposite of democracy. Now, to get that representative government, we have these things called state.
Not the opposite of democracy. We elect our representatives by democratic vote. It is a democracy.
See, you can't even not interrupt, dude.
Because you're wrong.
A lot of you leftists.
What you're saying is that you don't want me to stop you from saying something that is completely incorrect.
You're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're only waiting to react.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. They're wanting to hang up on you, man, because, bro, this was painful. You're not very bright. I'm sorry. But you're a nice guy. I would love to have a beer or a bong with you. I really would.
Bongs and bourbon, dude. Bongs and bourbon.
I'd have bongs and bourbon with you, man. Bongs and bourbon.
Bongs and bourbon. More common ground, brother. More common ground. Listen, you have a great day, man, and keep speaking your mind.
You too, man. You too. And I appreciate you calling in and having a good conversation with me.
Hey, listen, really, think about that.
Think about what? Please think about if there was a false flag, it would have been on behalf of Trump. I'm open to the idea that it's a false flag, but Trump would have been the one that did it. He's the one that benefits.
Well, I still don't agree with that wholeheartedly, but just think about the false.
Well, that's dumb.
Mull it around. Just mull it around. That's all I'm saying. Just mull it around. Think about it. That's all.
Okay, we'll do, man. We'll do. Okay, I've got to run and get something to drink real fast, and then we'll take some more calls if you want to, because I'm totally into this. I have so much fun doing this. I'll put Mercado Media up again. If he's live. Oh, let's do ice storm coverage. We'll go to New York for ice storm coverage. I'll come back, take some calls. Love you right wingers in the chat. A lot of people telling me I'm wrong. I'd love to hear how I'm wrong. Let me go refill my drink. And if somebody else wants to call in, can one of my mods put out the phone number in Discord?
Are going to have a harder time locating and finding. They can do it. They're capable of a lot. But why add that added stress onto them when we're already seeing calls around the county? So dispatchers, they've been monitoring winter weather calls specifically to this event. And so we just don't want to add more to their plate when they're already trying to help our community as it is.
Right. And you guys, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here or a tattletale, but it was really a scary sight to see those people lose control. Are there any consequences that comes along with that?
I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't used to driving in these conditions. We don't see this all that often. So a lot of people don't know how to maneuver it. And who knows, you could spin out. You could, God forbid, hit a pole or a tree. You just never know. So hunker down. That's really what we're pushing to people right now, is hunker down. And, you know, we're grateful that we aren't seeing a lot of power outages. We were really worried about that going into this storm with the amount of power outages. Thankfully, that's not the concern. We're really, and that it still could be, but we're really worried about these roads. So if you can, stay put.
I'll take my beautiful hair down.
Keep going. Even if you have to be at the office tomorrow, take it slow. And if you can work virtually, work virtually.
Thank you, Shell. And speaking of power outages, you guys, you know, I was in the Emergency Management Division Center, and I asked them, how many power outages does Anderson County have right now? They said, Maya, we got one. And everybody started cheering and laughing. However, the director, Josh Hawkins, he said, Maya, that could change rapidly as we see these conditions intensify. So, and he says it doesn't happen slowly. Like when they have power outages, there's widespread power outages. So if you're in Anderson County, things look good right now, but you need to make sure you have that plan in place in case you lose power. I'll have everything coming here out of Anderson County as I get it. And
Didn't you guys have like a Jeremiah or somebody that wanted to call in? Not Jeramonster. Jeramonster is awesome. Phone number in the chat. Discord. I wasn't doing news, meat cakes. I really was just taking calls and shit. If anybody, also Mater, welcome in. Meat cakes. Nice to see you guys. I mean, I guess we could do, if you guys really want to do some news, I'll do some news. Are you a mod on YouTube, Avalon? Because that's where all the comments are coming from. YouTube, vertical. Trump is A+? That's wild. Are you on YouTube? Can I go mod you? Oh, fuck that. Okay. If anybody would like to do YouTube duties, I would appreciate it. But I'm not asking anybody to do extra work for me, please. Yeah, call that number, Davey boy, 917-830-4359. Trump is F-. Ooh, I should mod you on YouTube, meat cakes. I might, YouTube might be where I have to go in, like, type in your names. God, I'm so thirsty.
Will remain
not a lot of snow, a lot of ice though.
On bridges, overpasses, and shaded areas. Again, we're seeing this winter weather storm impact so many states. This is in Oxford, Mississippi, where ice has completely engulfed
who's
trees
Joey?
and power lines. You can see that here. Trees are just folding under the weight of all of that ice. What is it? A half an inch adds another
immunity to deport.
trees, right?
I don't know what you mean by that. Carla, welcome in, darling.
Or more than 26,000 electric customers have had no power because of the situation in Mississippi. The University of Mississippi has already canceled classes.
Please, I would love it. Call in 917-830-4359.
Due to these power outages.
Or you can hop in the Discord.
A winter storm warning is also in effect for all of New Hampshire. Mike Moses with our sister station has more on what's expected to be fluffy snow that will pile up fast.
Gonna be so mad when Trump says, thank you, Obama, for giving me immunity to deport. I don't know what that
Mike
means.
Moses in Nashua, New Hampshire, where the snow is coming down at a pretty good clip. We're starting to get a good amount of
Oh, now we got some snow coming down. Yay.
The roads are starting to become a little slick, even though we have seen a good amount of crews.
This is in New Hampshire.
Some of the main thoroughfares here in this
Nashua, New Hampshire.
We've actually had a chance to chat with some plow crews as well. They said it is coming down so fast that they are having a hard time keeping it up with it themselves. We were over at the local supermarket chain here in New Hampshire, in Massachusetts, called Market Basket. Lots of folks still showing up at the grocery store even this late in the day.
Blue cabinet work. You want to tell me what Trump delivers? I'd love to hear it. You can change my mind with facts.
errands. But again, the storm is starting to pick up.
I can't be without you,
We are
baby.
in southern New Hampshire. We'll go ahead and send it back to you. Getting reports of power outages coming in from across Spartanburg County to Greenville County. What we have on the trees is what we're going to get now in many locations, and we just kind of hope that they can hold on and get a little melting before the winds come in. Now, right now, we've got power outages from Hendersonville to Edneyville, back through Laurel Park and into Greenville. Look at these trees in northern.
Nashua was apparently a Boston
Meanwhile,
suburb.
Asheville's just at freezing with some rain in
And we're down in the Carolinas right
Look at
now.
these trees across Caesar's Head. This is in the highest part of Greenville County. They're kind of just fighting for their life right here to hang on. Big trees, big limbs.
Yeah, it's summer down in the southern hemisphere. Australia experiencing a heat
And on the
wave.
power poles, they can be compromised. Now, the last batch
Is that not whose address?
through the
What?
area right now. At one point, about an hour and a half ago, we had 2 active tornadoes.
Bugged out encounters. Are you talking about me or the dude giving the weather? Either way, thank you. I
The last
appreciate it.
batch of that is pushing out. Let me turn on live Super Doppler 4. It's matching up well with what we're seeing.
Morrow.
I can't tell you how critical it is to have our own Doppler radar to tell you exactly
Holy
where
moly,
ice is and
donut
where
shop
it is
boy.
not. And I can tell you it gives us that instant look like nobody else can provide. And this is a serious situation across the area. It looks like it's raining, but it's freezing upon contact.
Is
And that's
my
giving us
address
that
Bellevue?
widespread
Yeah,
range of
sure.
ice on top of what we already have. That is sticking to
Some dude tried to dox me one time, and I think I got him to drive to Alabama.
and it's going to be a slow go of it this week. We'll be able to get the big roads covered and uncovered and hopefully drying out soon. But the side roads are going to be that constant refreeze, thaw, refreeze pattern through at least midweek. As we look back through Oconee County, you're back.
Pretty sure that's my address. I go drive there and find out.
It is just a glazed over wintry wonderland, and unfortunately, it's not a good one. Seneca, you've got many without power right now. Pickens through traffic.
Do you think I've been doing this for as many years as I've been doing it without taking
Make
protections?
sure after all the
To make sure none of you could ever find
little
me.
ones in the snow today, you kind of charge that battery back up, because if we lose power tonight, you need to have a way to, one, have a flashlight around the house, right? But also be able to stay informed with us at WYFF4. Also a good idea to download the WYFF4 mobile app. It's free, and we can let you know to how the winds are, who else has not got power, and when they may estimate them turning the power back on or being able to get it. I tell you, the men and women that help us get
I
the power
got
back
the
on, they're
power.
real heroes here, as well as you first responders. This is a serious deal.
Yeah, they say lefties are violent.
High ice totals, unlike we've
Motherfuckers
seen
come in here and start
10
like
years,
giving out what they
possibly
think is
even
my
20 years. I think you
address
have to
and
go
shit.
back to 05, and this is going to rival 05 when it's all said and done. Look at the temperatures. 30
Okay, well, David, my counter to that is, one, I protested Obama doing it. I called him deporting McDrone face. And two,
even where it is raining in Oconee County,
Obama didn't violate the rights of citizens. Wasn't out here just, shooting people in the
making
face.
things a little more slushy.
So it's amazing why
winds are
you
going to be a concern.
don't support Obama if you like deporting people, since he's way better at it than
The
Trump.
winds are calm through about 4 or 5 a.m. After that is when the winds pick up, because the colder air rushes in. Let me show you that. Mainly in the mountains. It's not going to be 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts for everybody.
I don't want to watch ER,
Especially
so I could
going
be your
into
roommate.
tomorrow, those temperatures are going to start to plummet as we go into the mid-morning hours, because
You
that
look
wind is
right,
coming
you
in
could
from the
infiltrate
northwest. Now,
easily.
watch this. Here we go into midnight and thereafter, 10, 15, maybe even 20-mile-per-hour winds by 6 a.m. So it
Trump
may take
2035.
for
Oh
some
my
of us to lose
God.
power, but once we do, we're talking about
Trump
temperatures
forever.
plummeting down. So please have a plan in place.
God damn, I could probably make a Trump
in place for
Forever
tonight. So if
sign
you're
and sell it to
sleeping,
dumb
the power goes
fucks.
out. You notice, wow, it's really cold. You're not.
Oh, my number?
bumbling
You
around
can
your
totally
closet
call
trying
me.
to find coats and blankets and everything and getting the kids up. You need to kind of stay bundled up and have everything ready so that the power does go up. And it kind of maybe crank up that heat a little bit, but make sure your heat unit outside is not coated in ice. Just be careful of that. All right, so the 4-day looks like this. Icy roads and windy tomorrow, especially along I-85 and northbound. We're in the 30s every day.
If you were really shot at, would you do a photo 35
Tuesday
seconds
morning, and then
after?
again Friday morning, it's going to be very,
I don't
very
understand
cold.
what that means.
Finally drying things out. I think the sun is really going to help us. We at least get some clear skies this week.
Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Yes, sir. I actually called in earlier, talked with you, and I actually went back and I found the videos. And from what I saw from the videos, if their narrative is true, that it was a discharge from the weapon that they took from him, that's unfortunate. If that's the way it happened, but regardless of the point. So Number one, you as a concealed weapons carrier in the state of Florida, you have to carry your, same as Minnesota, you have to carry your ID on you. They're claiming that he didn't have ID on him. That would be a wrong thing to do. The other thing...
Wow, you are looking for any reason to blame this dude, aren't you?
The other reason...
I don't believe that he didn't have ID on him. Was his wallet in the car or something? He hopped out of the car real fast?
Well,
He's a fucking nurse.
You have to have your ID on you all the time when you carry your weapon. You can't leave it in the car when you go to the park, and you really can't go to a protest.
Okay, well if you
or gathering,
he wasn't at a protest.
Firearm. Large gatherings you're not supposed to be at with a firearm.
Brother, it seemed like he was just on the street and shit happened around him. Like you're looking for any excuse to try to blame this man for his death when there's only one person to blame, and it's the government.
You can't blame the government for that. God took his life. What do you think? God has a plan for everyone, sir. And
you are an idiot.
That's why I said earlier that you can't play God. That man's life was going to end that day, whether he got shot by an officer or he got hit by a car.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a really stupid person.
Do you believe in God?
No, because I'm not stupid. I don't need to believe in some God to give my life purpose or something. I'm not such a little fucking man that I have to go to like these organized pedophile rings to let them tell me what to think and feel.
I don't go to organized pedophile rings.
Yeah, you do. Churches are nothing but organized pedophile rings.
Again,
There's about 1,000 pastors arrested every year for molesting children.
Again, I don't go to churches or of Christianity, religion, or anything like that. Just because you don't have to go to church to believe in God. See, that's the difference. Just because you don't.
Do you believe in the Christian God?
Or every month, or even every once a year.
Do you believe in the Christian God?
Well, yes, I do believe in the Christian God. I also
How many verses does Jesus have about how to treat foreigners in your land?
What does that have to do with your beliefs? You're bringing Jesus up, and you don't even believe in God. So why?
You said you do.
Quoting something that you don't believe.
Oh, I studied it in college, though.
That doesn't make sense.
Oh, I'm fascinated by religion. I've read the Bible. You probably haven't.
That doesn't make sense, sir. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make. You believe in God, so I'm asking you if you know what Jesus said about how to treat immigrants in your country.
No, I don't.
There's like 26 fucking verses in the New Testament. Red letters. Jesus, how to treat immigrants in your country.
So why is it that you don't believe in God?
Is that the issue right now? I think you're wanting to divert from the fact that you don't believe in God, my friend, because you're not following his word.
Okay. Sure. So there's no purpose. See, that's the thing is that when the end of times come and
Jesus said that a judgment is reserved for God and God alone, but here you are judging that this man deserved to die that day.
Your soul.
Do you hear yourself?
And whatever it is that you're doing.
Man, don't leave me. Don't run away all scared now, man.
No, I'm not scared of anything.
Did Jesus told you not to judge people, right?
I believe in God, and I'm not.
Jesus told you not to judge. I don't think you do.
I'm saying good luck.
I don't think you actually believe in God because I don't think you follow the Bible.
And I told you earlier the reason why I called is because you were judging other people and you're assuming that you know what people think and what they do.
Well, I don't believe in a book that tells me not to judge other people.
So good luck in your journey.
I don't believe in a book that tells me not to judge other people. You understand that, right?
I hope one day before you die that you come to terms with God.
I hope your dumbass realizes how stupid you are to devote your life to a God that doesn't exist and a religious structure that causes far more harm to society than it does good.
For your public's ears, this is what's wrong with America's children.
You're what's wrong with America. A dumb fuck running his mouth about shit he knows nothing about.
Teach you things.
A supposed Christian that doesn't act very Christian-like.
you, sir.
God bless you. Shove that up your ass. You're a dumb fuck.
I didn't say I was a Christian at all. I said I believed.
Yes, you did. You said you believed in the Christian God. I say you don't because you don't follow the Bible.
Okay. Again, God bless you. Have a nice day.
Fuck, just shove your God up your ass, man, you condescending
And
little
your
prick.
100 people that were watching you earlier, good luck.
Yeah, good luck to you and your dumb ass. I noticed how he ran away when I started talking about the Bible. Anybody else want to come at me? 917-830-4359. I'm not high enough for this shit. Let's get more high. Who you calling a kook? Me? They took our slaughterhouse jobs. Yeah, man. Those factories, while completely unsanitary and unethical, they at least provided good jobs to the blue-collar workers here in the United States. Do you want me to start looking up verses about how to treat immigrants in your country? I think you would know if you've actually read the Bible, right? Well, Blue Crab, thank you. And I thought that said Blue Cabinet Network. It says Blue Crab. My blind ass thought it said cabinet earlier. Zon, welcome in. I don't give a shit. Like the dude, like when you get to the point to where you're not being rational, you're not having a conversation with me, you're running away from what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna start hurling insults at you and telling you you're dumb. Okay, take me out to dinner. Are you trying to fuck me? If I make a claim about red writings, I think you mean writings in the Bible. I mean red lettering, as in Jesus said it. And I'm happy to give you verses about, like you can just Google Jesus and migrants, immigrants. It has about 26 verses. God, I had a lot of fun doing this. Light one up, tip one back. Everybody back with me? I don't want to get accused of Jesus waiting. These are not I assume you want King James. Religion, that God, our Father, this is James 1:27, accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress, to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, you invited me in. But our citizenship